It was live, and there we are.
Well, you didn't ask if I was ready for audio. Hey, welcome back. We've had a little bit more of a hiatus than we would have liked, but How Doomed Are We is back.
Whoop.
With episode, we'll call it 2, even though it's the third time we're doing this because we did episode 0 with character creation a while ago, which you can check out on YouTube, as well as the first part of the actual story of Blackened Earth. And we are jumping into episode 2 today, which is going to start off real crazy because we left off in a big fight.
Oh, yeah.
As a quick recap, we have the party of... Tim is Doug.
Doug.
Shadow. What is your thing? Shadow Mancer?
I don't know, man. I just
Shadow
work here.
stabby person.
Yeah. Shadow thing. Shadow leap.
Wow.
Friendly guy.
Oh my god, I forgot what your token picture
I know.
was.
You're definitely
I thought
Shadow
we were
something.
gonna change it. Weren't we gonna do like a different peak?
Oh, I definitely said I was gonna do that.
Didn't quite get there for this episode, but that's okay. We'll get it in the future. But yeah, you're some kind of elf, shadow, something. Shadow
I am.
dancer. Mike over our other bearded fellow, which apparently is practically a requirement at the network. It's like everybody but JB.
Yeah.
Is our Sylvaneth branch witch.
Yes.
Nailed it.
Producer Richie said we are
named
being set
Soil.
up that it will be changed. I'm sure this will definitely happen.
I'm sure this will work out. Yeah, he knows.
Yep.
He's known Tim long enough to know.
That's accurate.
And then remote today we have Jess, who is hella gray-fired, our Dwarden Doomseeker, looking for an honorable death in combat to make up for
Yes,
some
sir.
kind of loss of honor in her past. And then we have Rachel as Daria Swifthand, an elf Black Art Corsair, who's our two-weapon specialist. Really cool. So where we left off last time, you have traveled to the realm of life, Gyron, to find out what's happening in a large city called Greywater Fastness. For some reason, shipments of weapons and ammunition that are very important to go all over the different realms to help the forces of order have not been coming out of the city for some time. So as Soulbound, you have been asked to help figure out what is going on and fix it, because a lot of places need their weapons to be able to fight the forces of destruction and chaos and death and all that. So on your way, you met up with Captain Hines, Captain Terzo Hines, I almost forgot his name for a second, leader of this massive iron-willed cogfort called the Harbinger of Death.
And we're hauling ketchup, right?
Because his name is Hines?
Yes.
Good one.
Thanks.
What about baked beans, though?
Baked beans.
57
that's true.
flavors.
Maybe it's just the Harbinger. And you were riding it for a few days. You saw some like weird sights within the realm of life with like seed fall, as people had like seeds rain from the sky on them.
There's a bleach one, too.
I think it affected...
Me.
Yeah, that's right. It affected Daria,
Yep.
where you had little seeds growing from you, but you were able to remove them before they did too much damage.
Oh, yeah, that was gross. I didn't
Yeah,
like
Pretty
that.
cool.
gross.
I really liked that one. It's very creative.
Oh, yeah, didn't you have like the seeds getting implanted in you?
It was like rain, but like then like they like sprouted from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I didn't like if I went with the original healing option, I was actually going to speed up the process.
I forgot.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, you got close to falling for that trap.
Dan was like trying to lead us down that road. He's like, no, maybe.
Don't you want to heal with
Don't you want to do that?
your water money?
We've never been able to heal before. Like, don't you want to do that?
And then you've been on the cog for about 3 days of a 5-day trip through the jungle to the heading to the Ghoulmare, where the city of Greywater Fastness is. When on the third night there, you were like hanging out. Just about everybody was hanging out on the top deck, chilling with some of the crewmates who were playing some cards when you were attacked by Skaven.
Right, and then Doug just like phased through the floor as he fell and just showed up in Jess's room.
As you do, yeah.
Oh, right, yeah. Tim's character teleported around because he can teleport through shadows.
It's pretty dope.
It is really dope. I remember you were laying on the ground for some reason. you like got knocked prone and
Yeah,
then teleported through a shadow behind a storm vermin and slashed its ankles open from the ground. It was pretty cool.
That's right.
Yeah, because standing was going to
got
be another
confused.
action, so it was like, I'm just going to stay on the ground.
Right? I think I may have given you a little penalty, but it was effective somehow. But you're able to fight off the 4 storm vermin. And as we left off, there was a giant explosion somewhere below, inside the cogfort, and it kind of went haywire. Somebody called over the little, not intercoms, but like the voice pipes, that there were rats in the engine room, and it veered off the path, off of the one road, into the jungle, crashing through all the trees and everything. Clearly a bit out of control. So we get a little bit of in media res here this episode, where we're going to start right in the middle of this frantic craziness.
Oh, actually, I think Rylan got it right in chat. Yeah, I think I'm a shadow stalker.
Shadow Stalker, that's
what
it.
is.
Maybe we should just do a little
How long
like
ago was
check-in
that?
because I've got like 2 toughness. I have no armor.
Yeah, well, we can do a little recap on the characters as well. I remember they did have like rend on their weapons, and I rolled a bunch of 6s. So yeah, I
Yeah.
think I peeled away a bunch of your armor. So you only have like 2 toughness left.
Yeah, I can't go first for a while.
Well, luckily, once you go through your toughness, then you got wounds to work through.
Oh, yeah,
so,
no problem.
We will certainly be looking those up as we go.
Just eat like $5 or whatever, and you'll
Yeah.
be fine. Like,
Eat $5.
right?
Yeah, I mean, it's money and
Yeah.
healing.
How much do I have of that? I don't even know.
All I know one thing about with the aqua and everything else. You all are like, why the hell haven't I spent any money? Because I have like the most money out of everybody.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, oh, right, because as a Sylvaneth, you don't really start with any equipment. so
No,
you get
I just have a bunch of money.
instead. Yeah, so
I have a bunch of money, too.
didn't you get like a bonus extra from the clan that you started with? You started like 200 more or some crazy thing?
Me?
Yeah.
I did start with even extra.
Money bank.
Share the wealth.
I got a bunch.
So how was Hella feeling after the fight with the Skaven?
I don't remember. It's been so long.
Well, luckily we are using Foundry here. Thank you, Cubicle 7, for this stuff, and it's awesome. We built the characters right in Foundry, so all the information is there. It tracks everything for you. It helps you make sure you get the right amount of dice and whatnot, which just makes things a lot easier. Looking here, it looks like you're full. According to Foundry, you're full at 7 toughness, no wounds.
Yeah, yep.
I think you stayed out of that for the most part.
I think, right, I mostly stayed away from it and just was like, Doug, what are you doing?
Doug.
Right?
Doug just popped in and was like, hey.
So, yeah, actually, it looks like everybody except for Daria are pretty untouched, but I know you just, like, went in toe-to-toe with a couple storm vermin at once, and they got a couple good hits in. But we're going to keep an initiative at this point, just because things are still going crazy. The cogfort's still chugging along through the forest, just crashing through. So it said the top here has now become a major hazard, I do believe.
If it keeps going, will it become like a lieutenant hazard or?
Eventually.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is a major hazard, which you'll just take damage during your turn if you stay out there.
Well, let's not do that.
Wait, why?
Because so all like as it's crashing through the jungle, you're not on the road anymore. There's like branches and
Oh,
things you can
gotcha.
get whacked by as you go through.
Okay.
So we're going off track right now. We're getting off the road.
Yeah, the cogfort has
road?
gone off the road. So yeah, major hazard. It says causes serious injury. These are things that blah blah blah. When a creature enters a hazard for the first time or starts its turn there, it takes 3 damage.
That doesn't sound great.
No. So unfortunately,
For certain members of this party right now, especially.
yeah,
I'm not up there, am I?
we,
Can't
yeah.
remember. Oh no!
Everybody's up there.
Looks like
Everybody's
I
up
am.
there fighting the Skaven.
Uh-oh.
We can just like go below real quick.
So we're
Doug.
gonna stay in initiative here, and both Soil and Doug are initiative 4, so they get to go first. So we'll just do it at the initiative value. So you take 3 damage. but you can reduce it by any armor you're wearing.
Excuse me,
I don't
I'm
have
laying
any.
down, prone. I cannot be hit by trees at this level.
The things fall on top of you then instead.
Nope, you didn't
Broken
describe that in the major
branches.
hazard, sorry.
It's just the zone is a hazard.
All right, I would like to teleport to safety.
Remember that Soulbound's a little more abstract.
Take me with
but
you.
Can I do that?
can you do what?
Can I teleport with other
No,
people?
see
Can
what,
you- I don't
what
think
happened,
so.
Doug, is a tree did fall on you. I got hit by a branch and then I fell on you.
Oh, stop that.
Well, Doug, you have 1 armor. You only take you only lose 2 toughness. Also, shout out to Buffalo Spin Shot Dadpaxis in chat. Thank you for the gift subs. Super appreciate it. We are working on kind of increasing what we're going to be able to do while streaming on Twitch, where people will be able to redeem bits. I was just listening to the end of the last episode to remind myself exactly where we left off. We're talking about definitely adding that as just a thing to make it more fun and more interactive, where you can spend bits to allow like re-rolls or engage Toxic Tim, or love to hear
There's going to
ideas.
be a lot of that.
Wait a minute.
real.
It's
that?
I don't know if this is going to trigger anything, but are those sound effects that were on last time taken off?
They should be on still.
They're on.
Oh,
Yeah, the
okay.
last stream was just a regular. So Toxic Tim is a now classic one from Tim's weekday streams, where it was really popular when he was playing like random co-op games where you
Yeah.
could team up with people while running around the game world, and people would redeem Toxic Tim, so he'd have to kill his teammate and take all their stuff. Or other games, just like he would have to do something just to make it the worst case scenario for himself. Mm-hmm. And it was always really
Usually
funny.
a lot of fun.
Okay.
Very lucrative, too.
Very
The chat sounds excited about that already. Toxic Tim is on the menu.
Oh no.
Toxic Tim's back on the menu, boys. So yeah, that's something we're going to be working on adding for these, just to make it a little more fun for chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, so at the start of your turn, you both take 3 damage minus any armor to your toughness.
Okay, so I have 2, so I just take technically 1 damage to my toughness.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And then, yeah, at this point, you can go whatever order you guys want to go in, because you're at the same initiative.
How do I give myself damage?
So click on the combat tab,
Combat.
and then just change your current toughness on the left to 7.
I have to manually do
6.
it? Ugh.
Wow, that was so difficult.
I had to press multiple buttons, man.
Hey, look, I saw it change on my end looking at your sheet. That's so cool.
But yeah, I will. I'll teleport downstairs
So can you do that, like, all the
whenever
time?
I want. As a shadow
Shadow leap.
stalker.
Yeah, it's fully in shadow. I said you were there because you're, like, up against the inside of the wall.
Well, I also have that cloak, which makes me always count as being in shadow.
Oh, right. Yeah, that kind of just gets around that.
The shadow
Cool.
shroud.
I'm still just waiting on how that's just going to eventually break somehow.
No,
That's gonna
I don't
cause
think
a-
so. I don't even think
That's
going
going to cause some kind of
It's a cloak.
chaos to
Catch on
happen.
fire, right?
Nope.
Well, no, I'm not
It's
saying
actually-
like the actual item breaking. I'm saying you're going to create some kind of scenario with that thing.
Oh, gotcha.
And you're going to, you're just going to, something's going to happen. I can just already predict somewhere down the line.
All right, so where did you teleport to?
The bar. Oh, the bar's up here, isn't it?
What?
Huh?
There's no bar.
There's not a bar.
No.
We're the place where we've been playing cards and drinking.
That's up here where you are.
Oh. I guess I'll just go to my bunk.
The last thing you heard is the rats in the engine room, which is like 3
Teleport's
so,
like,
like,
2
you're-
feet to the side.
on the deck. There's like the gun deck and then the engine deck below.
Okay, I'll go to the gun deck.
Okay. So there's people running around. You see other Skaven have gotten their way in here as well,
Great.
fighting more of the crew members. Where? Oh, they do lose the glasses?
Yep.
But I have to read stuff.
Well,
That's
it's too
not
bad.
cool. I'm just gonna squint the whole time and look angry. All right, Soya, what are you doing? Let's see how long it takes before I try to push up my glasses that aren't there. Who did that?
Oh, I get a free stealth roll while I'm down here too, Rylan.
Rylan. All right, Soya, what are you doing?
No, I get a free stealth check when I teleport.
Sure, whatever, do it.
How do I do it?
Oh, roll some dice. What's your stealth?
I don't know, man.
I can't read. The screen's all blurry now.
Stealth is I have a T
What has happened?
and an F in it.
So you get 4 dice and a focus. You can bump one up.
Okay.
Do you need help?
What's my? Give me the thing.
What do you? I see. Looks like.
No,
I see
you
a
tell
lot
me
of
what the
pips.
difficulty
Tell
is.
me what.
I don't know. Oh, I got this dice tower covered up my cool chart here. Let's see. How many dice do you have? 4?
Don't. That's not. You can't gauge the difficulty based on how good I am at it.
No, that's exactly how it works.
That's nope.
Yeah, so like if I wanted to be an average test with 4d6 would be a 5-2. So you need 2 5 or higher. 2 5 pluses.
Oh my god.
I don't. So why would I put points in it? It'll be easier.
Jess,
if I
I'm
have a
so
lower
sorry
skill?
that you couldn't be here in station with us. This is just amazing.
So yeah, I have a 6, and with the focus, I can turn one of the 4s to a 5.
All right, so nobody
Nobody
seems
knows
to
I'm there.
notice.
Yeah.
As far as you can tell, nobody notices you just appearing in a shadow.
Dope.
All right, now Soil can go if Tim is finished.
Without the glasses, Dan looks a bit like Danny McBride.
Although Ryland says this has got 100% better.
Wait, Dan.
Just wants us to complain about it. Oh, my magnifying
Oh,
glass.
there you go.
It's even got a light on it. Oh, not that one. I had it facing the wrong way, of course. I do that every time. Arr, I can't see. All right, Soil, so you took 1 damage because you have armor.
Yes. How far away is like Hisdaria from me? Would I be able to like try and get down under deck and like grab her along with me, or
Oh, to try to get her
try
down
and get
below
her out of there?
I like that idea.
die.
How about if she's willing, like you're in the same zone, so you
Are you willing to be saved?
there.
Right?
If she's willing, I'll let you make an athletics test. Actually, if you both make an athletics test, 5-1,
Athletics.
then you can kind of drag her down with you
I don't
to
have-
save her from getting smashed by a bunch of branches.
So that's going to be a part of body, right?
3.
Yeah.
So that's only 2 dice. Okay.
So you got to roll at least 1 5 up.
Here we go.
Wait, how many dice? 3.
You think
I've
you're
got
good at
3.
athletics, right?
I've got a 3, so that means
Yeah.
we're
I don't have any training, any focus, and I have a
Neither
body
do
of
I.
2, so I'm just
We just need 1 5.
Yeah.
between the two of us, or both?
No, you both need to pass to do it.
Oh, damn it. Yes.
Okay, I got a 6.
All right, so that'll be your action. There, I just tried to adjust my glasses that are clearly not there because I'm actively
Oh, I
rubbing
hate doing
my
that.
eye.
Yeah.
So you're able to drag her down, like through the ladder hole down enough that at the start of her turn she won't get bludgeoned by all these branches and things. Which is good. We would have taken our first wound there. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we would have.
And that's my whole turn. I take it.
Yeah, that'll be
Yes.
because you got to use your move to go to another zone anyway, and your action will be to like grab her
Gotcha.
and pull her along. So it is Daria's turn at initiative 3. So yeah, you're down the ladder spot, like trapdoor kind of thing, enough that you're not getting whipped with these branches and everything. And you hear the commotion inside. There's smoke coming up like through the floorboards and stuff from below, and there's just like it's a cacophony in here. People are shouting. You hear gunshots going off. You hear people, being stabbed and things. Skaven like laughing.
5 hydrates and a posture check,
Yeah.
by the way.
Can.
Posture check. That means you got to sit up straight.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't turn off any of the normal stuff, so it's all on.
Okay, I'm down with posture check.
And hydrate. You got to take a little sip of whatever every time they redeem a hydrate.
Oh, do we have that too now? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
5 of them.
We gotta take
I
5?
have
Right.
You guys should
or one big
drink and
gulp.
see what
Yeah.
happens.
Okay.
How do the drops work? Can I just like use some and like?
So I'll let you, as an
Back.
action, you can drink some. So there's a couple different ways you can do that. Where you can, if you have vials of it, I think a vial is 10 drops. You can just drink a whole vial to heal your back to full toughness.
Okay, I don't have any vials.
How much do you have?
47.
Okay, so we could say you have 4 vials and then 7 drops.
Okay, we'll do
Because
that.
I think it's like as a sphere is 100.
So I would need to take how many vials?
Yeah, so a vial contains 10 drops. So if you just drink a whole vial,
Yep.
you'll
Okay. That's
It's
what I'm
more
doing.
than good.
I'm doing that.
So as you like drop down the ladder, we'll say, and you just like grab from a little pouch and maybe pop a little cork off and boom, take a shot, and you can go make your toughness to max. Because we'll see toughness up and down a lot. Like one hit can take your toughness down quite a bit. When you start to get to wounds is where it actually gets serious. Once you start taking some wounds, those are more difficult to heal. Aquagarianus doesn't really help with that. All right, has it been 5 minutes yet? Can I put my glasses on?
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna say yes. I can read again.
Ta-da.
All right, and then it brings us to Hella at initiative 1.
Hello.
She's Dwarden. Hello.
All right. I'm gonna try to go toward the Skaven, however that works, because I want to get away from these trees too.
So
So I
before
have
you
to
do
take
that,
3 something.
yep, I was just gonna say before you start moving, you take 3 damage minus any armor, which I don't think you wear.
I don't wear armor. Psh.
So you just lose 3 toughness.
Armor kind of is for nerds, to be fair.
I'm trying to die,
That's
so
the guy who has a magical cloak.
Right.
It's not magic. It's just really emo.
It's so emo. And then you want to move down. So right now everybody's on the gun deck. Do you want to move down further? You said you want to get towards the Skaven.
I'm going for the Skaven, wherever they are.
So you can use your move to get down to the gun deck, and then you can use your action to move again to get down to the engine room.
Okay.
So you head down there, and you see it's not good. It says you enter the engineering room and find yourself staring down a hulking storm fiend. Due to the dwarven architecture of the cogfort, they barely fit inside the deck. Hunched over, they begin clambering towards you, but as they do, in the emberstone core room beyond, you can just make out the shape of a Skaven warlock engineer, angrily hitting and prying into the heart of the core with their staff. 1, 2, and on a third hit, a white flash bursts out from the core room. All the strength goes out of the Harbinger's legs as the base of the cogfort falls to the jungle floor. The hull tilts to the side, and velocity catches up with everyone aboard. The Harbinger of Trouble is pitched on its side, brought to a sudden and violent stop. Big crash. Everybody has to make a 5-1 body fortitude test. And I will roll that for these new Skaven we just uncovered as well. So I'm going to move Hella down to the engine room level of the cogfort and reveal.
Are we sure I
some-
didn't just die? Like,
Are we
I'm,
sure?
And you said it was body what test?
Fortitude.
We need a 4-2.
We need 2
5-1.
fours? Wait. So we need.
all right,
5.
I got.
Right, you get 5-1 body fortitude test. Fortitude kind of sounds like 4-2. Yeah.
I remembered how to roll in game.
Oh, yes.
Oh, nice.
I
Wait,
got 2
2
5s.
successes.
I
2
didn't hear
6s.
it.
2
We
5s.
rolling
2
hot
6s.
today.
Oh, I just said I got.
This is gonna end bad somehow.
Fortitude.
Succeed with
with
0 successes.
Oh my.
For the demons.
Or zero extra.
Oh yeah. Let's see. The storm vermin is fine because I got to roll 10 dice.
Oh.
Just to scare
10?
you a little bit.
That doesn't
And the
seem
engineer failed.
fair.
Well, that's stinky. Stinky poo poo.
For who?
For me.
Okay.
Like, sounds good for us.
Sounds good to me.
I was like, living.
All right. Anybody fail?
No.
Nope.
We're
No,
all
I passed.
winners here.
Okay, sweet. So if you had failed, you would have taken 3 damage and become stunned as you like crash into a wall as the cogfort tilts on its side. But that was Hella's turn, and let's see what is my initiative here. So let's see. You actually went after the Storm Fiend this round, so you got a little lucky. It hasn't gone yet. So back at the top of the round here will be Soil Slash. What's your face? Doug. How do I forget Doug?
I'm surprised as well. So what's going on here? People are panicking and stuff.
So, I mean, everybody's all, helter-skelter at this point. The whole thing is, like, tilted 90 degrees practically. So, like, standing on the wall almost would be the floor now.
Okay, but has the vehicle come to a full stop?
Yes. It has completely stopped.
Okay. I'll teleport to the side top.
Outside?
Yeah. But
Okay.
to where the new ceiling is going to be. Because we're on our side.
Right.
the side top.
Okay.
Top side.
All right. So you appear still prone,
Yes.
laying on like the outside wall of the
Yeah, got
cogfort.
no. Yeah.
You're on the outside wall of the cogfort, right?
Yeah.
Because it's on its side. Okay, so you
Just
appear
hold it
there,
on.
and you see
He's just been lying down this entire time.
almost this whole combat. I can't remember why you're lying down.
Because I got knocked prone.
Did you, or did you just like start right from your hammock?
Or did you just lay down?
I think we started. You were in bed.
I'm tired. No, I got knocked down by a rat, and I just haven't had an opportunity to stand up. That's all.
That's really funny.
Standing up takes effort.
It does, in like an action or whatever. So
Yeah.
Remember, yeah, you didn't want to
Gets
waste the
knocked
action because
down.
you're like, well, I can do more
not back up
attacking and
again.
stuff.
Oh God.
All right. So on the outside of the hole here, you see like just Skaven everywhere.
Oh, that's really bad.
They're just covered. You see more of the storm vermin type, and you see others that aren't as heavily armored, and they're like swarming all over the thing. Now that it's like some of those like spidery legs of the Harbinger are kind of like finishing their movement.
What was that?
That got Rachel. Hi, Tadaclossus. That was good. Just to add to the tension here, I love it. And they're all over, and you're just like, your best Ralph Wiggum again. I'm in danger.
Yeah, so, quick question. I can only do that once a turn, I think.
I'm pretty sure is that your action, or does it
Doesn't he
count
have
as
to
your
do a
move?
stealth test to see if they notice
Yeah.
him
Oh,
on the
yeah.
outside?
Get a stealth test. Good,
Oh,
good catch. That might save your life.
What's the DN gonna be?
We'll keep it average. So
I mean, he is
5-2.
lying down still, so all he's done is just like showed up, and he's just
Average is 5.2.
Yeah.
Seems like a lot.
You also have a focus, so you really have to roll 1 5 up and then a 4.
And the DN is 5.2.
Yes.
I passed with
Wow.
an additional success.
Yeah, you got 3 5s. All right, so they don't notice you yet. We'll say
No, I
they
think at
might
all.
not
I
stab you a
succeeded-
whole
I
bunch.
succeeded so well.
I don't know if passing a stealth test doesn't make you invisible.
It does.
Does that count as your move? You can use your move, so you still have an action.
Let's use that action to. Can I make an additional move action as an action?
Can you make I think.
Like double moving, kind of?
Could you want to teleport again?
I would like to not be here anymore.
So let me check the actual book, because we typed it into Foundry.
Yeah.
Because this one is from the Champions of Order. Let me
mean-
double check. We may have paraphrased it a little bit. While I'm looking that up, we're going to jump to Soil to see what Soil does at this time. So the thing's crashed over. You're on the mid deck. I'm assuming Hella probably called out in some way down below.
Sure. I figured they can't hear me. I look very far away.
I mean, yeah, so you're probably just like, yeah, this looks like a worthy death. So just for those that aren't aware, the Storm Fiend that you see down below is
Storm Fiend.
a Storm Fiend, yes.
What is that?
It's a...
Describe it to me.
A hulking giant rat ogre covered in armor, and
Okay.
it has warp fire throwers for hands.
Okay. What's a
Yes.
warp fire thrower?
Flamethrower.
Oh, okay.
But it shoots like green warp fire instead.
Yeah, this actually
Okay.
seems like a super not chill place to be.
Agreed. But it's really cool. It's so big, it's like crawling on all fours because it can't stand up down here. So you do see it's a little limited. It will take some penalties.
Okay, so where am I from this thing?
You are currently one deck above.
Okay. And we're just going off the assumption that Hell is just like, hey.
I mean, you probably hear some shouting down there and whatnot, as everything else is going on. But yeah, it's still craziness everywhere.
Okay. So would it take up my action for me to try and continue going down to get see what the heck's going on?
So you can use your move to move down to that
Okay. Yeah.
deck, and then you still have your action.
All right. And I come down and I just see this rat monstrosity sitting here in front of Hella, and she's about ready to go toe to toe with it.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Actually, I have a model of these things behind me. So if you want to kind of pass that around, that's what it looks like with warp fire throwers for hands.
That's dope as hell.
And then you
actually.
can put up to the camera, but if you want, I just remembered I forgot.
Well, I was gonna do that, but now I'm not because you told me to.
No, it was just a suggestion. Just remembered I forgot to hand out our cheat sheet,
It's like
reference sheets.
Oh yeah.
Master Splinter on a bad day.
right?
Right? Yeah, they're super
Or
cool.
a really good one.
What is that weird thing on its back?
Oh, yeah, they have like
What
a
kind
little...
of death standing thing am I looking at right now?
Yeah. They got like weird little brain rats controlling them because
Brain
they're too
rats.
stupid to use their own weapons.
I don't want to throw it. I don't want
Yeah,
to
they're super awesome and terrifying. So Tim, for the stream on Foundry, if you want to move down the image a bit, the Storm Fiend and Warlock Engineer have been added.
No, because then I'd have to acknowledge that they're here.
So I tried to get a good image of the Storm Fiend from the book just to look how intimidating it is. Yeah, they're weird and
Nasty.
gross and awesome.
So I'm going. So as Soil's coming down and everything, I see this thing. Hell's about to go toe to toe with it. So I'm gonna throw out. I'm gonna cast Mystic Shield. If I'm within range, it says within medium range. Would I be within range?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna throw out a Mystic Shield on Hella.
Can you cast that on someone else?
Conjure a Mystic Shield. Choose a creature within medium range.
Oh, you just said it had medium range. Never mind. Yeah, you're in the same zone as her, so she's definitely within range. So, yeah, roll that test.
All right. So that's what kind of test?
You are soil. Let's look at your spells. Mystic Shield is a 5/1.
You got it.
So you're gonna roll. I always forget what it is. It's mind channeling, right?
Yes, I have channeling. Mind 4. Channeling, I have a training and a focus, so that's technically an extra die, and then I can also change one up, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I got 5, and it's only 1 to succeed. Every additional 1 is something extra, right?
Okay, yeah, mind channeling. I just want to make sure we got the right attribute there. I couldn't remember if it was mind or soul. But yeah, mind channeling test, you need to roll at least 1 5. And I think you can get a little bit more stuff if you overcast it, maybe.
How do I roll again in the Foundry?
So under, like this is for a skill.
Mm-hmm.
Under talents towards the top, if you scroll up, I think.
Okay.
I'm trying
Or
I don't-
'Cause I have the
stats,
spells.
maybe? Oh, to cast a spell? Yeah, if you click the spell,
Click it.
and then you see right there target range, you put in whatever you're doing there, and then I think you hit a button.
I'm not.
Maybe-
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I don't see where to actually click to roll the spell. Oh, maybe if you click on that icon on the top left of the Mystic Shield box, or is that just changed the? Can you click on that?
Nothing happened.
Oh, maybe I can click on it to change the picture. Yeah, I don't see a spot to click to actually roll for the spell.
How are you rolling?
I was doing it. I would come in here to stats, and I would click the skill, and it would come up with this stuff, and then I would hit roll. But there was
Rat Master Blaster. I love that.
but there certainly was an actual like
Button.
roll button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe if it's in the combat section, if I do it. Mystic Shield. Click
Oh,
on-
that's a good
There it
call.
is. Yep.
Oh, combat. Good call.
Got it.
So yeah, it should be
Mine attribute. Da, 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 da.
5 dice with a focus. That's really good.
So now I don't have to change anything to say I have bonus dice or bonus focus or anything.
It
'cause
should know that, yeah.
Okay, because it just says 0 right now on my screen.
0 bonus dice, yeah.
0 bonus dice, 0 focus. Mind channeling 5/1. All right, so give it a shot. See how it goes. Roll it. One success.
All right, that's all you needed. So you didn't get additional successes, so the duration doesn't increase, but that does mean that where'd it go?
So Hela's
Hela has
defense increased 1 step until the start of my next turn.
Nice. Okay. So you got to remember, Hela, your defense is increased a step.
What does that mean?
So
You take less damage. You're now 1 step away from your supposed death.
yeah. So right now your defense is average. Now it's good instead, which is really going to help when the Storm Fiend
Gotcha.
attacks you.
Not
All right,
today,
so-
Hella, not today.
Tim, looking at stuff for your shadow step, it doesn't say anywhere you can only do it once a turn.
Okay.
And you can run as an action. It says to move to an adjacent zone. So I'd say you could use your action to shadow step again. I can't see why not. I want to say no, but I can't find rules to back me up.
In that case, why don't I just cast Mystic Shield on myself too? Mike brought up a great point.
Okay. Yeah. It's cool having 2 spellcasters in the group.
it's
So
just
same thing,
channeling
5/1. Mind channeling, 5/1 test.
This is an interesting thing. I'm just curious because it says here after I rolled and I have a success on the side here, it says I can click to apply the Mystic Shield.
I failed.
Oh, really?
It says apply the effect to selected tokens on your assigned character.
I have a focus. That
You
would
can
fit.
target a token using that little, like, the target symbol up on the top left, and then maybe you can apply it that way. That's really cool. All right, let's look at... Where's my Storm Fiend? Is initiative 2.
I'm
So is the
curious now
Warlock
if
in
that'll
here.
actually work. Because I think I targeted Hella.
All right, so I'm going to do an opposed test here, Tim,
For what?
to see if the storm vermin notice you on their turn. Because you passed your stealth test on your turn, I'm going to give you you're going to have an advantage here.
Okay.
So we'll make it that I forget exactly how it works. I'm just going to say your successes are on 3s, mine are on 4s.
Okay.
Make sense? So I'm going to do a perception here, or awareness. Wow, their awareness is really bad, so you should be fine. Because I only have 1d6 for this.
Are we just
Against,
gonna
and then you
go-
roll a stealth.
Tim, are you just going to go this entire confrontation just lying down?
I hope so. That's really funny to me.
Yeah, probably.
Rest of the whole game.
That's so Doug.
The whole
Laying down.
game.
That is
I've decided to just be Jian here for the rest of the game.
that succeeded with 3 additional successes.
All right, yeah, I rolled 1 success with a 6, but with 4 successes on your end, yeah, they still don't notice you. There's too much craziness going on. Your cloak is over you, kind of like Sam and Frodo, when they throw the cloak over them when the Easterlings are going by and they just look like a rock. You just meld in with the shadows perfectly, so you don't get stabbed a bunch this round.
Hey, thanks, man.
I wanted to stab you, but it's not happening.
My defense is currently extraordinary.
Why?
Strawberry.
Because you want it to be?
No, that's what it says. I don't know, man.
What? Yeah, that's as high as it goes. Why is it extraordinary?
Normally it's pretty good, and then with the with the shield on there too.
Oh, okay. So it is Daria's turn. So you just drank some Aqua Gyranus. You're also on the gun deck. I forgot to move everybody down to the middle.
Is there a place where you can see the negatives and bonuses that, like, do I have effects on me? Is that part of it?
You must have something on you to have.
Oh, I have 2 Mystic Shields on.
Cheater!
I apparently was already on me. I took less damage before because I also had a Mystic Shield active.
Oh. All right, Daria. You saw Hella run down below. There's craziness going on. You could go down there. There are other Skaven on this level you could engage with if you want that are fighting other
Does
crewmen.
it seem like if we get rid of, like, the big ones, the little ones will go away? Is it that kind of thing?
You
Should we
know,
try?
you would know that Skaven are pretty cowardly in general, so that might be a way to do it.
And what are they called? Storm vermin? What's their size?
The storm vermin are what you fought before. They're just like your
Large.
size.
Oh, they're our
They just
size.
crouch down. The storm fiend is the real
Storm
big one.
Fiend. Okay.
It's actually like large size, so it has the nigh unkillable rule.
Oh, it's because I'm prone. My defense goes
And-
up, my attacks go down.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Foundry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, built in. We need to get them as an actual sponsor. How much we talk about
Right?
I mean, that just continues this whole narrative that Tim's character is just going to forever be lying on.
Dude, it's a defensive technique.
He laid there like a slug. It was his only defense. Except you're a hidden slug.
Okay.
They
Sneaky
say
slug.
if you're confronting a bear, just play dead.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna attack the Storm Fiend. I have to move. to
Alright.
the zone, right?
Yeah, so you can use your move to go down to
Yep.
the engine deck, and then you
Yep.
see this crazy huge thing, and you see the Warlock Engineer beyond still just like messing
Yep.
with the engine. Well, actually, he's like dazed a bit because he got stunned. I gotta double check exactly what that does. But yeah,
And we're going an ambidextrous attack. Both cutlasses.
all right. So you step right up to this monstrous thing. I like how you said you didn't want to go in first anymore, and
Now I'm doing
toe to
it
toe
anyway.
with this. Its defense is superb, but I believe in this case I need to reduce it one step because it's kind of stuck. So its defense is
Yeah.
only great.
And my melee is considered one step higher.
With
'cause
your
I
two
have-
weapons.
Well,
Stun creatures decrease
I've
their
got-
defense by 1 step.
I've got the bigger they are, so when fighting things that are larger than
Oh,
my melee goes up.
oh,
And with the ambidextrous, I get to add a dice, but then I split the dice pool.
oh, right, because you have to split your melee dice between your two weapons.
Yeah.
Which in this case it's got a lot of armor on it, so it might not work as well, but we can see.
We'll try it.
All right, so its defense is great. What is your... So again, you can plug all this in Foundry or roll physical dice. We know how hot Rachel rolls, so...
I don't even think I'd be able to do it in Foundry. I need a tutorial on that before I start clicking a bunch of buttons.
Fair. So what are you at with your body weapon skill? You got 5 dice here with a focus. And you're up 2 levels, you said? One for...
No, I get to add a dice, and then I'm up 1 level for
That's
melee.
right. Add a dice. So you got 6 dice at great. So you're looking at 4s to hit.
Oh, lordy. Lordy.
So many dice.
Okay. How many 4s do I need to hit?
So it's not like you don't have like a target. Just the
have-
more,
alright.
the better.
So, and I have 2.
So with each of your weapons, you'll do 1 damage plus how many successes you got.
Okay. Remind me what's the T and the F again?
T is training, so that gives you more dice, which should be factored in your sheet for weapon skill, and then the F is focus, where you can bump
Okay,
one of
I
your
can
dice
bump
up.
1 up. Okay.
So any
So,
3, one
I
of the
got-
3s, if you have any.
Yeah, I got 3 that are 4 or higher. So I got 3 successes. We'll see what it does.
All right, so let me just double check how. So your ambidextrous just gives you an extra die.
And then I split them.
Total dice pool. So how many did you get in each of the attacks?
I got 1 in one attack and 2 in the other.
Okay, so it'll be important when I have armor, because the one attack, like each
It doesn't really do anything.
one, I'll have to reduce it by the armor. So you had 2 and 3 total. So yeah, basically you kind of clang off the armor. And as a warrior, you might realize that like, maybe I should just stick to like 1 attack
Okay.
against this thing, because it's covered
And
in
now
armor.
I pissed it off.
I'll say with those successes, like this attack here, you see, you figure it's got more armor than you started with.
Whoa.
And it is its turn now, and it's not very happy that you just tried to hit it. So I think we might see our first wound here.
No!
Let me double check how they... Okay, so it just starts stunned. All right, that's why I factored in that with the lower defense. So stunned is just lower defense 1? I can't move and...
Yes. So
Okay.
stunned is, and there's a couple other effects there too. Can take either an action or a move, but not both. Can't spend metal. Its speed becomes slow, and it decreases defense by 1.
Okay. I do have 1 metal, but I can't spend it, so I can't move and action. It wants to attack, so it's going to try to hit you with its clubbing blows. So like it doesn't have hands.
It's different than a raving blow.
It just tries to hit you with its warp fire thrower hand.
That
arm,
has
'cause it's
the
right
glow
next
sticks
to
all
you.
over it.
Correct. Yeah.
So what is your defense there,
Just up
Daria?
Average.
All right, so opponent is average defense.
Such aggressive rave
This could
parties.
be
these rats.
dangerous.
That's why there's so many of them.
Just don't do it.
You don't have any armor left, right?
We can pretend.
Because armor would be
Use your
doubled.
gift of silver tongue. Try and convince it now.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, I'm an animal friend. I can just talk the rat
not an
down.
Listen, I know I just tried to stab you.
I was
All right.
for your own good.
Yeah, so...
Let's be civil about this now.
So the clubbing blows are... What is... okay, damage is just successes.
You don't have any. Right?
So that's 6 damage.
No. That's not.
Oh, but you were at full
I
toughness.
was
So you're
at
not even
full
going into
toughness.
wounds here.
Okay.
Right? Because your toughness
Yeah.
8, so you only go down. You're back to where you started.
Back to where I started. It's
I'm
fine.
So
just
what?
having
Clonks you with its warp
Ow.
fire arm.
I'm just having flashbacks to when we were back to session 0 when we were creating the characters, and I listened to you
I know.
and Jess talking about how your characters just can't take a damn hit. I'm like, oh, I had to choose to be a healer. Oh,
Okay.
So from behind the Storm Fiend, it's just like, roar, and it clubs you with this thing. And then you hear from behind that, the Warlock Engineer turns around and he says, get them out here, gone. And then and he shoots you with a pistol.
What?
Against your, I'm going to up your defense by 1 here because this big old rat thing is in the way. And yeah, it's going to kablam, try to shoot you.
Dan does this
This
great
is-
thing where, like, you know, he knocks you down and then kicks you while you're down as well.
And
I just start
this
down.
is-
That's the way to do it.
now I'm starting to get the bad GM understanding
Yeah.
here. I'm starting to
But
understand.
I'm persuading the warlock that
Listen,
he doesn't need to do anything.
So here's the good news. I rolled all failures.
Yay! Finally.
Thank God.
So
What's the bad news?
I
You're not at a
wasted
big-
my turn with this guy. I'm
Okay.
very upset about this.
So it's
So yeah,
just
he does-
good all around.
Sorry for your loss.
Tries
Sorry
to
for your
shoot you with a
loss.
warp lock pistol, but completely misses, and he just curses.
Ah, shucks.
And it's Hella's turn at the bottom of the initiative.
I mean, all I can do is try to hit this thing with a hammer, but I feel like that's maybe not going to do so much.
You do have the Mystic Shield,
That's right.
so
Yeah,
there's
how
that.
long does that last?
until my
for,
turn,
or
until
would it-
my next turn.
Oh, right, until for your
Yep.
round. Okay.
So you
I
still
mean,
got good defense. You can get up in there, Hella.
What if you
Yeah,
just
I mean,
jump on the back and take the little rat brain out?
Yeah, just whack them. You have a hammer, just whack them all the rat on the
Yeah,
back.
I mean
Just like the
yeah,
brain part.
yes, whack-a-mole, yes.
you're
Yes,
really
like
good at
that.
this. You also have 5 dice, and your weapon is 2 plus successes damage, so you should be able to get past the armor.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just great hammer everything. Crush
It
it.
says, throw the shield. I saw it in a movie. Not that kind of shield, though. All right, so my defense is, since the rat, yeah, we're going to say his defense is great instead of superb.
What am I rolling for this?
You have 5 dice in weapon skill, but no focus, surprisingly. You focus in ballistic skill. You must have like throwing.
Yeah, for throwing
axes.
shields.
Oh, you have daggers to throw if you want.
I have yeah. But my hammer is the best part. So what do I
Let me see.
what do I need to read?
Your offense is good, so you're looking for 5s because his defense is 1 step higher. However many 5 or 6s you can roll here.
I got one. One success.
Tis says you can throw the hammer as well. All right, so you
Saw that
get
in the
your
movie.
hammer clangs off the armor
Same movie, actually.
as it soaks it all. So we figure this thing has 3 armor points on it. which can be tough to get past.
Didn't somebody last time?
So I
play
did
the
nothing?
Avengers
What
theme
I-
song?
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I
Gosh
don't.
darn it.
I don't believe this game has a rule like WFRP where if you hit, you do at least 1 damage. I will triple check that as we go back to the top of the round with Soil and Doug to see if Doug does anything.
Let's run.
Wow, rude. Can I see this?
I
thing
had to.
Taking, or this is in the engine room, right?
Yeah, they're down below.
All right.
I think you're both on the gun. No, did Soil move down yet?
Maybe
Yeah, I'm in
it's
there with them.
ticklish.
Oh, that's right. I just forgot to move you on R.
Do you really want to check to see if this thing's ticklish after you just
He's
tried to-
laying down anyway. You can just, go under
Doug
it.
is
and be
back
like,
inside. Oh no, Doug.
Just put yourself underneath it now. Just
I forgot Doug is still outside because you moved out there and then cast a spell.
I will
Yeah.
teleport to the engine room,
oh no,
and then I would like to cast a spell.
still not standing up.
No, not standing up.
Challenge accepted by Doug. Not
So-
gonna stand for this entire.
I want to be a little specific here. Where in the engine room do you want to teleport? Obviously, you couldn't see the whole thing here, but we'll just say for simplicity's sake, do you want to teleport like behind? Put your party members between you and the Storm Fiend.
Yes.
Okay. I assumed. That's why I gave it as the first option. All right.
I'm just like the
casting a
dog in
spell.
the kitchen while you're cooking, just behind you on the floor. So just don't back up or you're gonna trip. But
Naturally.
then we're gonna cast on
When you're
the Warlock Engineer ability called Enslave. So
What?
how this works? This is actually a super dope spell. So I'll make a test. If I pass, he has to make a soul determination test to resist it. If he doesn't, I'm in control of him as a free action every turn, or I can directly direct him by spending my own action. If I keep this on him all day, he becomes permanently bound to me. But that would take tests pretty much every 6 seconds for the rest of the day. But
Whoa.
yeah, it's pretty rad.
And you're gonna try that on the Storm Fiend, I assume.
On the Warlock Engineer.
On the engineer.
Yes. Because if any damage happens to the thing that I've enslaved, it gets another test and could break.
Okay.
So I don't want to mess with that if they're fighting it.
So it's kind of high risk, high reward. I think it's fair to assume a soul determination would probably be higher on the engineer, but I like your thinking there. All right, so I got to make a 4. Oh, so you roll 4. I have to roll 4 up for the soul determination test, but I think it's the challenge level. I forget the
I am also going to
difficulty is your successes.
spend my metal to double my focus.
Oh,
Cool.
I forgot
Oh yeah, we forgot about metal. You get a medal at the start of each of your turns that you can do. You can take an extra action with it, use a talent or miracle, double your training before you roll, or double your focus. You can do that after you roll.
So what's the price of failure?
Oh, that was on right here.
Is that for spells?
The price of failure. If you fail a channeling test, roll a number of d6s and consult the table below. Wait, every time I don't like that.
Oh, it's like miscasting.
Huh.
We love that.
So you failed?
I did.
Oh.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeet.
Where's that?
So what's
No.
okay? So I guess I just hit the price of failure.
Oh, it's right on Foundry.
Doug.
Yes.
Arcane energy floods your mind, momentarily disorienting you. You are stunned until the end of your next turn.
You're stuck.
Your arcane-
Oh no.
Doug's just on the floor.
Huh.
Oh, that's
my
so good.
So what one was that? Yeah, so that was rolling an 11 to 12 on those dice. Yep, cool. So
That's so good.
I don't know who said hopefully Doug does anything, but this is your fault. And now I am prone and incapacitated
Yeah. So you're stunned for how long?
until the end of my next turn.
Till the end of your
Oh
next turn?
no.
All right, so remember with stunned, you can still do something. You just can't move and action. You can move or action, right?
I'm not. No, I'm incapacitated.
Oh, I thought you said you were stunned.
That's what it said, but the card says something else.
Oh,
Unless
let me
there's, maybe there's a
double-check the
different one.
book then.
Oh nope, it's the one before it. 9 to 10 is stunned. So I am stunned, not incapacitated.
Okay, so that's a little bit better. Stun. Oh wait, I have my light on my thing here. I can read my GM screen better.
So I can't spend metal. I become slow. My defense decreases by 1 step, and
Yeah,
I
move
can only
or action.
move or action.
Yikes. Okay, so I mean that's only a round. So you'll cast the spell next turn and do it again.
Yeah. With any luck.
Whee! So soil. So he. What? So what does Doug do? So you appear on the ground behind them.
Well, let's
under your cloak. You try to
hold
cast
on, hold
the
on,
spell.
hold on.
What happens to you?
Before you say appear on the ground, let me make my body stealth check.
I mean, you still appear. They just might not notice. I'm just curious. How does Doug react to miscasting here? Is he just like, oh, good heavens?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like
I mean, so far he's successfully done everything,
except this.
I'm going to stop until you do your stealth check. Did you do your stealth check?
Yeah, 3 successes.
So okay. So I'm just going to say real quick with all of this, he's just been able to get all of his successes. So technically, as the rest of the party, we have no idea where you are.
Yeah.
Because we don't know.
So you might hear him as he's like, you're suffering a miscast, but maybe not.
So he's just like somewhere. We're like, all right, Doug's off doing Doug things.
Yep.
But yeah, it's definitely oh my.
Oh my.
Oh dear. Good heavens.
All right, soil.
Okay. Bunch of numbskulls. So I'm just gonna first of all heavy sigh, and then I'm gonna slam my great Sarth down to cast Shield of Thorns, so we can all have a little extra defense. I feel.
Ooh, this sounds cool.
So this is a zone spell, 5/2, mind channeling, of course. So I can use 5 dice on it. Everybody will get 1 to their armor until the start of my next turn. Additionally, any attack that hits a creature affected, or any attacker that hits my teammates will suffer 1 damage. More successes will deal more damage to them.
I like it.
So, let's see.
Cool. All right. So see if you can give your party some armor. You need 2 5-ups.
And I'm gonna use that.
And yeah, because you have a focus, right? Yes.
Yes, I have a focus, so I have 2 successes.
I love how quickly I can look at everybody's character sheet just to kind of
pretty
help
nice.
out.
So I have 2 successes. So then that means, so everybody gets an extra bit of armor to them, and anything that attacks you will take 2 damage.
And what's the duration on this one?
Until my next turn.
All right. So arcane shield has gone away.
Mystic Shield
I
is
always
gone
mix
off
those
of
up.
Mystic Shield's
Yeah.
gone off of Hela now.
So instead of increasing your defense, you have +1 armor instead.
Yep. And then on top of that, anything
Go.
that does successfully hit you guys will take 2 damage.
Because you had additional successes.
I had 2 successes.
Nice.
Wait, so they'll take 1 damage.
Oh, right. Sorry, I needed 2 successes. My bad. Yep.
Yeah. So if you had 3 or more, then they would start taking.
Yeah,
more damage.
so they
But
take
that's
1
still good. I mean, you haven't hurt the Storm Fiend yet, so.
No, at least that way it'll stay alive. You guys
Nice.
can maybe stay a little bit longer.
All right, Daria, you feel a little invigorated. You're covered in thorny branches now.
This does not boost you. This only protects you.
But it is your turn as this thing is looking at all over you, looking over the party. It's like growling at you with its big old rat teeth sticking out.
Except Doug, he's just over on the floor somewhere.
It hasn't noticed that yet.
Silently whimpering to myself.
What do I want to do today?
God, this thing's terrifying. Did I mention you guys are basically in a boss fight?
No, you don't say, Dan.
Don't say.
Couldn't tell.
Armor 3 is no joke.
And he hasn't had any knocked off yet?
No.
It's Rend that gets rid of armor, right?
Yes.
Pierce doesn't go through armor.
Pierce is just like the attack type. I think it's penetrating or something. Penetrating ignores armor, but Rend will destroy it if you roll 6s.
Gotcha.
So what are you thinking, Derry? You got anything else? Any trickery?
I think I need to get my toughness back up before I try anything again. So I might just have to do another vial here.
You can if you want.
Yep, let's
glug.
do that. Glug,
Drink.
glug, 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 glug.
Drink $6.
Yep. And I'll take a, swig from my water skin filled with strong alcohol while I'm at it.
You are ambidextrous.
Just having a rough day.
An alcohol chaser because the water just it's too pure.
Which is the chaser, the Aqua Gyranus or the other one? All right, so it is my Skaven's turns.
Sounds like you're taking essentially this world's version of a vodka Red
Yeah.
Bull.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Woo!
All right, so the Storm Fiend is annoyed. With its other arm, it just like punches forward, and a gout of green fire spits out as it shoots its warp fire projector.
Wait, did you move away from it?
No, you guys are like all right next
We're
to
all
it.
next to it.
Yeah.
So you
But-
just took a drink right in front of this thing.
Yeah, look, there aren't like attack of opportunities in this game, luckily. But I am going to fire at the Sylvaneth here, the branch.
Oh, I
bitch.
get it. I'm a tree. Light me on fire.
Yes.
Mm.
Let's see how the this is. What's your defense? I
Uh,
guess average.
my defense. Which one was that?
It's
one?
great.
This was my defense, right? Yep. And then I also have a extra armor, right?
Yeah,
So my armor is now at 3,
nice. That'll be
and
hard
my
to get
defense
through.
is great.
Defense is. How's your defense great?
It says 3 bonus. Go to your effects. You might have
I
Mystic
have
Shield on
something
you
on
more
it?
than once. Yeah,
Oh,
you
I
have it
do.
on- you have it on 3 times.
Oh,
actually.
Jesus. Hey,
How does it
hold
have
that
all
up.
these mystic shields on?
I don't know. I might have misclicked on something. My bad. All
Oh,
right,
Matt
so
Foundry just showed minus mystic shield, -1 mystic shield, -1
so
mystic
let me
shield.
reverse that. My armor is 3. My defense is poor.
Poor. Ooh.
I'm a poor boy. Well,
Okay.
poor tree person.
My ballistic skill is only average. Not. Its melee is superb. So.
What's Relentless Assault?
What is relentless assault?
We just saw
Oh.
plus Relentless Assault on somebody.
Oh, that was. I was.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I was
Just
worried.
like, I'm just like clicking buttons and I don't know what I'm doing.
I was worried it was it. I was like, what's this? What's happening?
I have that talent.
No, I've got other talents, but not that. I've got built for purpose, nigh unkillable, tunneler, unpredictable volleys, and warpstone laced armor, which you haven't really seen what most of those do yet. So let's roll for this Storm Fiend and see what we get. Oh, that's only 6 successes for 8 damage.
Well then.
You don't have any vulnerabilities to fire, too, do you?
I don't
No.
think
that
so.
doesn't- I don't
Good.
think I have. Which would, yeah, you would think so, but yeah.
Ooh, so yeah, so 8 damage total.
Uh-oh.
You don't say.
My armor doesn't stop
Wow.
any of it.
Oh, so minus your armor, yes. Yeah, so you
Okay,
would
so
suffer
3
5
armor.
toughness
Oh,
Okay.
You have 3 armor.
with the spell on.
Yeah, with a spell.
Because Sylvaneth get natural armor.
So,
'cause his
so that
skin is
knocks me
sparkly.
down to 2 toughness.
So now you need to make a 6-2 body fortitude test.
Don't forget that your creature takes a damage.
It wasn't melee. It was a ranged attack.
Is that what this is?
But
Well,
it
it
was
says
point
additionally,
blank.
any attacker that hits a creature affected by it.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't say melee.
Okay,
It says any
I'll
attacker.
take 1 damage.
It's magic.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Magic
damage.
Magic. Hey, I gotta take something here because if I'm gonna take a
I mean, it's gotten
we've-
hurt now.
We've done damage to it, yeah. We're on the board.
All right, 6-2 body fortitude test.
6-2
Yep.
body, I only have 2. Great.
Do you have any training in fortitude? I don't think.
I don't
You said
believe
before you
so, but let me check. No.
That's a
No, I do
negative.
not. That is a negative, sir.
All right, so you got 2 dice. You got to roll 2 6s. Boxcars.
Here we go. And this is for what?
You'll find out.
I like that, Dan.
You
I
got
like
shot with warp fire.
this. God.
Ooh. You got it.
A 6.
Oh,
Yes!
you're
Yeah.
halfway there. You needed 2.
Oh.
So let's see, 2 dice. This is a very hard test for you.
Half damage? Half
you
damage.
are poisoned.
Lovely.
It's poison fire.
Effectively. So this.
I'm on fire, and I'm also really not feeling
So
well
I'm
in
gonna
general.
add that on Foundry. So this should just do it. The poison condition means you reduce all dice pools by 1.
Ah,
So anytime you
Okay.
roll dice, you're rolling 1 less.
okay.
dumb.
Brutal. And I will say
No.
this condition lasts until the target finishes a rest or is cured by other means.
The target. Oh, you.
So until you take a rest.
I'm just
you
continuing.
can't
My
heal
thing is,
yourself.
If you have something that specifically removes poison.
yeah, I don't have that.
So we can look that up to see. I don't think Aqua Gyranus can just cure poison. But yeah, so you're not just on fire. Instead, because it's warp fire, it's created by warpstone. It poisons you in a weird way inside. So like you're burning on the inside.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
All right, my Warlock Engineer is up. And he says, blasted dwarf thing! And tries to cast a spell at Hella.
No.
We are going to cast warp lightning at you.
Can I try to disrupt this?
You're stunned, aren't you?
I'm not targeting you.
Oh, it's only if I'm targeted by
I
it?
believe so.
Okay.
Oh, to dispel it?
Yeah.
Double check the rule for that.
I don't have a book.
Well, you can click on it.
Wow.
Wow. Who was that? Oh, hydrate and posture check.
Oh.
Thank you, Happy Hobbit. How you doing, man? All right. Let's see. I'm not doubling. Oh, does he have metal? Can I double my stuff?
No.
That's correct. The answer is no.
No. He does have 1 metal, so I'm going to use it. Some enemies do get
I
access
haven't
to
used my
that.
metal at all yet.
I keep forgetting about it. So I'm going to double my training in this to get more dices. And we'll roll. How does price of failure work again?
Just click the button for price of failure.
Is it if I fail or they all fail?
If you fail a channeling test.
Price of failure. Click the button. Spell is cast, but it has the opposite effect of what was intended. Damaging spells heal toughness. Bonuses become so I blast the dwarf with warp lightning, and you would heal, but I don't think you've taken any damage currently.
Oh. But it bounces off of her and actually goes towards
Oh no, you are
me.
down.
I haven't been wounded, but my toughness is down.
So because
You
I
heal.
got 1 success. So also you heal 1 toughness from this. As you get zapped with warp
Amazing.
lightning, instead of hurting, it feels good and heals any toughness 1. So heals some wounds that you or injuries that you have. I don't want to use the term wound there, but all right.
It takes the damage back too.
So far,
Well, that's great.
okay, he does take a damage. Because I'll count it.
It's an attack, right?
It's a spell, but I'll count it.
It doesn't say anything about needing to be physical. It just says whenever you're attacked.
Yeah, it wasn't an attack. No, I'm not
Of
gonna.
course it's an attack. You're shooting lightning at
No,
somebody.
I cast a spell. It wasn't an attack.
Well, then what is it?
A spell. It's different. I didn't make an attack
It's
action.
a spell that does what?
It's a spell attack.
Oh, that's a good argument, but I'm not going
feeling
to do it
attacked
this
right
time.
now.
It's a spell that
he's
attacks.
not. He's farther away. He's zapped you with lightning.
Check the spell chart.
But still, it heals the dwarf for 1 instead. So far, this guy has failed the casting roll, missed a pistol shot, and then failed again healing you. He's great. He's so Skaven. It's perfect. And it is now Hella's turn.
I was gonna say, now it's my turn, and I'm gonna be real confused and just. What was I attacking before? I was attacking the fiend,
The
right?
Storm Fiend.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go for him again with my hammer.
Bring it. Defense great.
What is this again? This is.
It's friendly lightning.
Friendly lightning. Who said that, Tiz?
Still.
So yeah, your melee is good. So you need to
It's lightning, but the friendly kind.
what's it called? You need to roll 5s.
What is this based on, though? What am I?
Weapon skill. You get 5 dice here.
Oh, okay. And I have to roll 5. Oh. Hang on, I dropped 1. 2 successes.
All right, so that's 4 damage because your hammer is a 2-handed hammer, so it does 2 plus successes. So 1 damage goes through. You deal 1 toughness of damage. You deal 1 damage. He reduces his toughness by 1. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Cool. You could still move if you want, or do you just want to stay toe to toe with this thing?
Startled me.
Who was it that time?
Well, I can use my
Nice.
metal and try to hit him again, can't I?
Oh yeah. Spend your metal. You get
Yeah,
your
I'm just
metal
gonna-
back at the start of your
Yeah.
turn, so you can do that to do another action. So yeah, you can hit again. We got to remember metal. That's such a big deal.
Gonna try to hit him again, and I did not succeed that time. No successes, sadly.
Nuts.
So then I'm gonna just step away from him.
All right. Awesome. So you're not close range. So you're gonna say you're stepping away, so you're not close range to the Storm Fiend.
Yeah, I would like to not. I
you-
mean, if he's gonna hit me with some reparativeness again, that'd be great. But
Do you want to step
was the other-
towards, like back where Doug is that you don't know he's there, or do you want to do you want to move closer to the warlock engineer?
You actually trip over Doug.
Right.
That's how we find out he's there.
I'm stepping toward Doug, even though I don't know he's there.
Okay.
I'm backing away from these guys a little bit.
So it is Doug and Soil's turn at this point. So Hella almost steps on you, Doug.
I'm going to try and slave that guy again.
I'm going to try to enslave the...
And you failed again.
Oh, but I have a focus, which will turn that last one, that 4 to a 5. So I get it by 1.
Okay.
Wait.
How do you make that happen on Foundry though?
I don't know. So like you can, it says if you have a focus or not, and like it says 1 available, and I think I just click it. I don't
think
actually
so.
know.
Maybe.
I'll apply focus.
Oh, there you go.
Hey,
Nice.
succeeded.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, wait. Oh, I can roll it now?
So now,
So I click that button, Soul Determination, right?
You don't have to. You can just let Tim have this.
What is it 4-1?
uh,
I thought the spell said something different.
it's equal to the amount of successes I had, so it's 4-3.
Okay, so I will change that to 3. And I failed because I only have 1 die.
Nice. Oh, really? Okay.
His Soul Determination is 1. So what happens now? This isn't great for me.
He's mine now.
Yeah.
I own him for a little bit.
All right, so it is
Enslaved.
On a success, nothing happens. On a failure, the creature falls under your control. As a free action, you can issue the creature simple commands such as protect me or follow me. The creature completes the task to the best of its ability, then defends itself from harm until it receives further instructions. Alternatively, you can use an action to take direct control over the creature, moving it up to its speed and using any abilities or features it might have. Anytime the creature takes damage, it can make another soul determination test to break my control.
That is crazy. That definitely just changed this combat. I mean, he hasn't done anything to hurt you guys yet, but still, he has potential to, for sure.
So I'm just going to issue the order to protect us, and when I'll lose my stun at the end of this turn,
Oh, right,
Then
you were stunned from...
and because I can't use metal to take another action to actively control it yet.
Okay.
I can't spend metal while stunned.
No, he mind-slaved the Warlock Engineer. Happy Hobbit just asked.
And that'll be it.
Okay, that is kind of huge. Soil's up.
Right, so I'm gonna use Arcane Bolt and try and just start hitting some damage on this giant ogre of a rat.
All right, so you can roll your spell there. I like how much we're using magic. It's cool. Arcane Bolt. Yeah, so just the more DN 4-1 test, and basically just 1 damage per success, essentially.
I have one I have
You had 1 success.
How was your?
well, I have 1 success. I have a focus, right?
You do have
Oh,
1
so
focus,
you can
yeah.
change the 4.
You should have 5 dice. Why don't we roll 4? Oh, because you're poisoned.
I'm poisoned. So I have the focus, and how do I add metal again into this?
So
So I add this, and this is the focus, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
So then so what I did is I right-clicked it, and it came up with like a menu under it. Like if you scroll down and then apply focus.
Cool. Okay, right-clicking, yeah.
So
So
apply
that'll
the
turn
focus.
that 3 to a 4, so 2 damage.
Okay.
Cool.
And then, all right, that's just the focus though, not metal.
So metal you use before you roll because it doubles the.
Doubles the training. You can double the focus afterwards, but you can see here that won't help you because the next highest die is a 2.
You
Gotcha.
can do it afterwards too.
Focus you can double
Okay.
after you roll.
Nice.
I'll just take this then for right now.
All right, so you cast your spell and you see it like hit it in the chest and just kind of fizzles.
because
doesn't hurt it.
nothing. Gotcha.
Because it soaks 3 damage. And Arcane Bolt doesn't ignore armor or anything like that.
So, but isn't that 3 damage? Oh wait.
He had 2 successes, so it would be 2 damage.
Oh, okay. Got it.
So you still have your move and metal if you wanted to do something else.
I can use my metal to do it again, right? To attack again.
Mm-hmm. You can use another action, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So, all right. So how would I do that here? So I would just
Yeah, if you just attack again effectively. Yep.
attack again. Gotcha.
So you do Arcane Bolt again, just hoping for more successes?
Yeah, I'm just going to try again.
And what's nice is you can use your focus every time.
Mm.
You just... Alright, it won't help here, but you got 2 successes again.
Got it on that one.
5511.
So
Ugh.
Yeah, that's
sit
a
on the
fucking
armor
yeah.
again, and the thing just like laughs at you. Through its like mask, it's like...
Fuck you.
Alright, so that brings it to Daria. At initiative 3. So you're back to full, right? Because you drank some more.
Yeah, I'm back to full toughness.
Back to full. Back to full.
And so what's the status of these things? The one dude is controlled by Doug.
You might notice it acting differently right away. Where it was like all ready to fight. It's kind of like, huh? Like looking around a little confused.
And the feet.
We don't even know Doug's there.
I know.
Like, oh, it's
As hell is
acting
just
weird
moving
now.
by. Click. What the heck was that?
yeah.
The Storm Fiend, he doesn't have any damage right now. He's
It's
gonna
taken a
have
couple.
some.
Yeah. So you figured before that dividing your attacks between multiple
that
weapons
didn't work.
isn't going to work out
No,
with
they
that
did
armor.
that.
So you could just make one attack with a bunch of dice.
Yeah.
I mean, you lose 1 die, but trying to get past that armor
That's
twice is difficult. It's still 5 dice with a focus. And you would only increase your weapons or your melee by 1 step because you're not using 2 weapons.
Right.
So I think it would only be good instead of great. Because you increase it by 1 when you're fighting something bigger than you as well, which this is, which is really cool.
Okay. Let's use the hand bow.
Oh, cool. Your repeater handbow?
Yep. And so then I need...
So be your ballistic skill, which is 4 dice, 1 focus. Still against its defense of great.
But I have a training and ballistic skill, so that's still 4 dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what I like
Yep,
about the skills includes that, which is nice.
All right. Let's see what we got here. And I have... Wait, what do I need? I need 4s.
5s. 'Cause
Fives?
its defense is higher.
Okay, and I've got 1 focus, so I've got 3 5s. I got 3 successes.
All right.
Let's see.
Forget what spread does. Oh, it can hit multiple targets. Okay. So you unload a little hail of bolts from this as it goes repeater into it, and they all plink off the armor. I didn't realize how much 3 armor would give you guys. How much trouble it would give you guys. Whew. It's its turn now, unless you could use metal to do something else if you want. So seeing how tough it is to break through this thing.
I'm just going to run.
So you do see, I did fail to mention this before, the back hatch of the cogfort is open behind you. This is how the engine and the warlock engineer and the storm fiend got in here. So if you're feeling outmatched, you could flee out the back.
That's what my move is going to be.
Pow, right in the rat kisser. All right, so you flee.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Daria, do you say anything as you go?
Get out while you can.
You do notice the place.
Everyone should just run.
It's on fire in here. There's still like craziness going on all around. Wish I had some like music going behind us to like amp it up. Oh, we did forget our intro music.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just crazy going on. So Daria flees and suggests everyone do the same. It is the Storm Fiend's turn, and it senses some weakness, so it fires its warp fire thrower at Soil again.
Again?
Luckily, poison doesn't hurt you here because you don't have to worry about rolling fewer dice.
Oh, God.
Silver lining.
against your poor defense. The Storm Fiend's not stupid, so it knows when it has the advantage. Hey! Static sketch. Thank you. That one didn't scare me. It was close. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. Okay, no, same as last time. I rolled 8 successes.
Oh my god.
Oh, is that all?
I rolled 6 successes with +2 damage, so 8.
So
2 armor only this time.
Oh, right, because your spell was over after your last turn.
Wow.
Okay.
So that's 6. Well, let's see. I had 2 toughness.
Oh,
So,
so we gotta go into. Do we go into wounds here?
yep.
Okay, so how
That
much?
puts me at 0 toughness and
So how much would it go beyond that?
by 4, and I only have 4 points of wound.
Okay, so it doesn't translate 1-to-1 there, but you went to 0, and then there were 4 more damage left.
only
So
one
after
wound.
you said 8. So take 2, 6. I had 2 toughness left. That's brought down to 0. So that leaves 4 points of damage left over for me.
Okay. Okay, so if your toughness is reduced to 0, any remaining damage is converted to wounds. So characters can suffer 3 types of wounds. Minor wound. If your toughness is 0, when you suffer 1 damage from a single source, you take a minor wound. Serious wound. If your toughness is 0 and you suffer 2 to 4 damage from a single source, you take a serious wound. A serious wound fills 2 spaces on your wound track.
Oh, lovely. So I'm
you're-
seriously wounded.
So you're at 0 toughness and fill 2
oh
wounds in.
no.
So what's 5 damage or more?
hope
Super
you
serious
don't
wound?
A
Wow.
deadly wound. If you
Ooh.
take 5 or more damage from a single source, you take a deadly wound, which fills in 3 spaces. And then once you have all the spaces filled in, then you start to have a chance to die. So you're not dead yet. You're just in
You're-
really bad shape.
So
It's
you're
another 2
saying
exits down the
there's
road, but yeah, it's
chance.
I can't adjust my wound down here.
So I'm not going to be
can
the
add.
worst GM here. So this thing does get. Oh no,
You add a wound. Do
I said it's going to be effectively
Right. I have
stunned.
0 out of 4 right now for my wound, which
no,
I
but
should
like
have 2.
below it.
He's only mostly.
Just 2 to the bonus?
Or no.
No.
There's
Well,
like don't you have like it says like wound type and wounds and then there's like a little plus.
So you want to
sign?
change the
Oh,
first
I
value.
got what you mean now. I see what you're doing. So I have a serious wound.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yay!
All right.
I'm practically dead.
Who was that? Was that Happy Hobbit again? Says he's only mostly dead.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I were a bad GM, I would spend his metal to do that again. But I did say before that because he's so cramped in here, he counts as stunned and can't spend metal to get another action. And
Yay.
it is the Warlock Engineer's turn, who is currently enslaved by Doug.
yes.
So what happens? So on my turn, you can do stuff.
Yeah, so as a free action, so I don't actually know exactly how this works because I have to spend actions to have it do specific things,
I closed.
but I
the
just told it to
spell.
protect us currently. So
Okay.
however he would like to protect us is just kind of happens.
So that's
Or maybe he
kinda
just
up
acts
to
on my
me.
turn now, I don't know.
So you said to protect them. So I think he would see that as like he's gonna try to attack the Storm Fiend.
Great.
So like I feel like just what would come naturally to him, he's gonna try to cast Warp Lightning on the Storm Fiend.
Swear to God, if he ends up healing him.
What are the odds of that happening twice?
Really funny. He's gonna spend his metal to double his training before that, and fail again. Wow.
Hold on, he doesn't have any focus?
No. So it's a 5-2 test here. He only has to roll 2 5-ups. And he does not have focus in channeling. So price of failure again.
Wow.
So magical energy disrupts as
At
you
least
try to
he's only-
control it.
yeah.
Suffers a D6 damage. Oh, it rolled it already. Suffers 5 damage.
Hell yeah.
So it
Wow.
didn't heal him.
It didn't heal. It hurt itself. But that will, because it took damage, it is going to get another determination,
I don't think I.
which it can't pass, which is awesome.
I'll roll that quick. I succeeded with a 6.
Why couldn't you control the big one?
But you need 3 successes, so.
Yep. So he's still controlled, and he hurt himself for 4 toughness.
Whoa! Static just
Okay.
dropped 10 gift subs.
Yo, thanks, man.
Woo!
Really appreciate that, man.
That's awesome.
Going to Jack Soup Stew, Tear Sloth, Dude Drop, the mini arcanist, Schmegman,
Oh my god.
Claptrap, Hawk,
Schmegma.
Claptrap. What a great name.
Uwanka Whaley, Test Cartel, and one Seizure Salad. That's a very clever name.
Caesar or seizure?
Seizure.
Oh.
Seizure
All
Salad.
right. So far,
That sounds delicious.
so this engineer has done nothing but help you so far. Where
He's a good
I
guy.
failed. What I failed something at the very beginning.
So-
I think I tried to cast a spell, and forgot that missed the price of failure. Tried to shoot its pistol, failed, missed. Cast a spell, failed. Price of failure, healed the dwarf. Cast a spell, fail, hurt itself for 4 damage. So it's done nothing but help you so far.
just so we're thinking about this, it physically cannot pass the test to break this enslavement. Does that mean he's just permanently bound to me now?
Yes.
Apparently, because you had 3 successes on that
Yeah.
spell.
Because that's what it takes to cast it.
Wild. Well, I mean, you have to like keep it up, right? Somehow. We'll double check that rule when it gets to your turn. But yeah, yeah, this is ridiculous.
I'm gonna name him Terrence.
All right, so that's it for my Skaven's turn. So it is Hella's turn. At the end of the
All right.
initiative.
Help!
Oh my god.
Do something, please.
As a tactic, just to make sure this, in case nobody's thought of this yet, to help with actually hurting this thing, a use of metal to increase your training might work better than using it to attack again, or increasing your focus to get more dice and more chances at success to get through the armor. Just as a potential, unless you also plan on following Daria, or I mean, if you want to, I mean, I guess using your metal to attack again is more dice. Just trying to get past this armor 3
Yeah.
is tough.
How many successes do you need to get past it? 4?
Yeah, at least, yeah. Because it soaks 3 damage, and I double checked. There's no rule in this game that if you succeed,
For a
you
minimum
do
of
at least 1. There's no minimum damage in this. This thing is nasty. So what are you thinking, Hella?
I don't know. So I can use my metal to increase focus or
Training.
try
Yeah, so
again,
you could
or
use it
training.
to double your training before you roll. I think it only give you 1 extra. Looks like you have 1 training and weapon skill.
Yeah.
So it only give you 1 more die, but still, it's up to you. What else can you do with it? You can use a talent or miracle you don't have. You don't have focus, so you can't double that. So yeah, using your focus every turn is either for your case it's either double training or extra action.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try the extra action, I think. So okay. I'm gonna attack the fiend again.
All right, so
Gonna
you
swing at him.
need 5s.
I got 2 successes. Did that do anything? No.
Yep. So with 2, because your weapon is 2 damage plus successes, that's 4. So you do
Ooh.
get 1 damage through.
Nice.
Okay. All right, we're gonna
So
try
it's
again.
like, "Argh," as you hit it
Just
in a
swinging at it. That's all
weak
I've been
spot.
doing. And 3 successes.
Ooh, so
There you
2
go.
damage. Go through past the armor. All right, you're doing something to it. It's not dead yet. It's not even close.
Right? Maybe we should just run.
All right, so end of the round. That brings us back to the top with Doug and Soil. Yeah, you seem to not quite a stalemate here. You're getting stuff through, but you know this Storm Fiend is doing a lot of damage back. The engineer is not a danger at all. Especially now that it seems to be acting weird. You all would have noticed that it tried to zap the Storm Fiend with the Warp Lightning, but it hit itself. It's like Bobby and the egg and the tornado on King of the Hill. It came right back at the engineer.
So I think I'm going to use my action to have the Warlock Engineer fire another lightning bolt at the big guy.
So if you spend your action on it, do I do that now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I mean, that...
It's action for an action, right?
Okay, that makes sense. Let's roll Warp Lightning.
Hey! There we go.
Oh, it actually passed. The time I didn't spend focus. Spend metal. Let's see. So suffers 3 damage, ignores armor. Hey, there we go.
There we go.
So it just takes
Yes.
3 damage. I don't think it has any kind of... It doesn't say, like, more for more successes. So, yeah, that's almost doubles the damage you've done to it.
And then, what's its defense?
It's starting to show some signs of wear, the Storm Fiend. Is the Storm Fiend or the engineer?
The big guy.
The big guy, his defense is great.
Defense is great. Is there any bonus to, like, attacking somebody while they're unaware of you?
You have bonuses with that, with, like, backstab. Now, I don't think there are just naturally, but you...
Actually, hell yeah. Yeah, so let's...
because you have, like, sneak attack, essentially.
Yeah, so we're going to teleport right behind it. It's unaware of us, so I will get backstab here, which, ignores armor.
What?
And doubles my damage to it.
What?
So...
Doug doing work.
That's...
I was gonna say we don't
that's
even know he's
huge.
there, and
I know.
good thing Doug's here.
There's just like secretly all these things starting to happen, and
He's still laying there, but he's effective.
Yeah, we're lucky.
Make your stealth quick.
Yes.
Actually, let's make it opposed against the Storm Fiend's awareness, which is probably good for you. And you'll just, again, you'll have an advantage.
Storm Fiend's having like highs and lows right now. He's like, yeah, I'm winning. What are you doing back there?
3 successes.
All right, I had 2. So, yes, you are undetected and get your bonus for backstab. So does that change his defense or anything? Targets anywhere you... It,
Are you able
it
to
deals
stab
double...
with both
Okay,
of
so,
your
yeah.
daggers?
You don't get more bonuses. It already doubles damage and ignores armor. This will make a big difference, I think.
Okay. Just 1. But with focus.
I was going to say, do you have any focus to spend there?
Yeah, I do. So let's apply that focus.
So that becomes 2, which makes it 4.
Nice.
That's huge. Ignoring defense. Ignoring armor, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So you see it starting to, like, teeter a little bit. It's starting to really feel it. But it's not. It's still like rah, rah, at the same time. It's upset. I really didn't like that. Very effective. Nice job. Soil.
Remind me.
Rough shape.
Don't die.
Very
Don't
rough
die.
don't die.
Chances of Soil dying on their turn is pretty low.
shape. My turn. Yes.
Well, how much do you have left? If you miscast and
Ooh, yeah. Cast an
Take it.
offensive spell.
take a d6 damage,
First and foremost, if I take Aqua Gyranus, how much does that give me back again?
So we were playing. You have like drop. Every drop heals 1 toughness.
Okay.
If you have a vial or vial that holds 10 drops, so like you could drink the whole thing to fully heal your toughness, you'll still have those 2 wounds.
Right.
Those get treated separately.
Right.
But yeah, you can go back up. I think you have toughness 8, right?
Yeah.
So like drink a vial and you can be full.
Okay. And does that cost me my
That'd
action?
be your action. For
that
sure,
would be
yeah.
my action. Okay.
but you could meddle and do something else. As well.
Yes. Yeah, because you
you
get
still
metal
have a
back at the
move as
start
well.
of your turn.
So.
Can your worm rend?
Oh, I forgot the worm.
Don't
Yeah,
believe
your
it.
little bitter grub.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
it was-
again,
yeah.
I can't. I don't know.
It does. Yeah, the snapping mandibles have rend.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
like
so...
tremor.
I moved the token down into the combat, but totally forgot about it.
I still don't even have it like fully there to say what it is and what it's
I cannot
doing.
figure out how to actually attach it to you. I just put the token out there. I don't
So,
know.
like,
Can
I don't
you-
even know what all of his things are anymore.
I mean, its attack's not good. Other than the rend, it's
Yeah, the
like
rend
it's
part
2
of it is
dice.
great. Who cares if he hits? It rends, right?
2 dice at poor, so you need 5s or 6s anyway.
Oh, and it rends on a 6, right?
Yeah,
You're just
so you
hoping
need
to roll a
6s
6.
anyway, so it could rend on successes there.
Okay.
That's actually super dope.
That's not a bad idea. I think you need to spend. Do you spend your action to control it?
Well, I can technically. All right. So what I'm thinking is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my primary action to take some aqua awareness because I need to get my toughness back up, and then I'm going to use metal to get Skitter to try and do something here.
Okay, nice. I like that. I mean, metal is so important here.
Yeah.
Forgetting it the first couple rounds kind of hurt you guys, but you're not in a terrible spot right now.
You putting this in front of us, Dan, is what's hurting us.
Surprisingly, mostly due to Doug.
Well,
You're way more effective than you first seem.
listen, I'm not going to take that laying down.
Yeah, you just did.
Are you? Are you going to finally stand up? Are you going to stand up, Doug?
Stand up.
Oh God.
All right, so you drink that, and then Skitter attacks.
I'm just taking a look here at everything that he can do.
Yeah, so it's got like snapping jaws as an attack.
2d6, 1
Snapping
plus success
mandibles.
damage. It does rend and slashing. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna take some aqua gyranus. I'm gonna drink some of that. I have a couple of drops. So how much is a vial? It's 10.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Cord.
Okay. So I will. So that drops me now only just to 300 drops.
Only.
Only.
Ah, nuts.
You just stand there slowly taking sips as it hits you every round. Like,
Puts me back up to 8 toughness, you know. Hey, it pays to save money. And then, yeah, I'll use my metal to have Skitter kind of shoot out from wherever the heck he's been at this time and try and go after this thing.
So it tries to bite. So you got 2 dice. You need 6s, but 6s do rend.
Can I even roll for him without him attached? I know I can't, so I'm just going to do it this way.
Physical dice.
big bucks. Get some 6s.
And let's see, what is he? Does he have? He has armor. He has toughness.
Luckily, he's not you. I'm not going to. Obviously, the poison doesn't apply to Skitter, so it's not 1 die.
Does he have focus?
I'm looking to see what he all has.
It's just a basic bitter grub.
Yeah.
So this one, no, just 2 dice in weapon
yeah, just
skill.
2 dice, 1 plus success.
Just roll 6s. Easy.
3 and a 5.
Aw.
So not quite. But
Look-
good try. I like that. It was a good attempt. So that puts it to Daria's turn.
I'm,
So
like,
you see
watching.
everybody else is kind of holding their ground. The Hella backed up right after your last attack.
Yeah.
Well,
No, you were
What?
standing toe to toe
No,
with it. Why move
I'm
away?
had to get back up close to it. I think.
Yeah, so you see everybody else is kind of holding their ground. I would imagine you're like standing at like the entrance here. You do see the fire from the destroyed core of the engine kind of spreading.
I think I'm going to shoot at the fiend again
With your bow.
with my bow because it has medium range, right? So I can.
Yeah, definitely have range.
Thank you.
So here.
No.
Oh,
the
yeah.
spot where you could
I
use
just
your
read that
metal
and
to-
immediately.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my metal.
So you can choose now if you want to double your training to get +1 die, or you can wait to see your roll and potentially double your focus if you wanted to up it.
What do I need?
You'll need 5s to hit. Because I think you need 6s because your range is only average and its defense is still great, so it's 2 steps higher. So you need 6s to hit.
All right. Well, let's do. Yes. Let's see. Let's see. So I get 5 dice. I'll save the metal for the focus.
All right, let's see how many 6s you can get.
One.
Nuts.
Nothing.
All right, so yeah, pring, kind of bounces off of it. You do still have your metal if you want to do something else, and your move.
Let's just do it again.
Alrighty.
None. Oh my god.
Oh no. Rachel's luck with the dice have run out
Let's
apparently.
run out.
Uh-oh.
So it is the Storm Fiend's turn. It doesn't like this. It's confused because something stabbed it. Like it got hurt from behind, but doesn't know what did it.
It was obviously his buddy because he shot him with lightning.
So
The only culprit.
It's getting confused, so it's gonna lash out. Because it's confused, we're gonna see who it. We're gonna try to club something. We're gonna see who it tries to club. Hella, Soil, or Skitter.
Leave my bug alone.
So we're gonna go in that order with a D3. It's Skitter.
No, Skitter.
It's gonna spend its metal to double its focus.
Skitter.
Or sorry,
no.
double its training. In this, so I'm gonna get a bunch of dice. What is Skitter's defense? Probably poor.
Uh-oh.
It is
Yes, poor.
poor.
No.
You killed my bug.
Does Skitter have any armor? Oh, it gets to double your armor, so you reduce it by 2. So Skitter only takes 9 damage.
Oh, that's all.
Only. Only.
At 1 toughness. So yeah, squish goes the bug.
Oh no! It died.
So we don't have to worry
Is it
about
dead
your companion roll until we figure out how you can get that back potentially.
Okay.
Is he
Squish.
dead?
I really don't like this thing.
Squish the bug.
I
That's
really
so
don't like this
sad.
thing.
Here's the good news. That was its turn. So the rest of you.
Oh, don't worry. Its turn's over.
The
Your
rest
best
of you
friend's
get
dead,
off
but
lightly.
like at least its turn's over.
You know how I feel about familiars and animal
That's
companions.
fair.
All right, so the Warlock Engineer is going to continue to do what Doug tells it to and try to zap the Storm Fiend. It'll use its metal to double its training.
Hell
Now it
yeah.
rolls well.
There you go.
So, I mean, I rolled 5 successes. Doesn't really matter. The Storm Fiend just takes 3 damage.
It ignores armors.
Yes, so it just takes the 3 damage instead of reducing it.
Oh, gotcha. It doesn't do extra damage with all those successes?
No, Warp Lightning's pretty simple.
Gotcha.
It just, if it succeeds, it does 3 damage. I'll
Okay.
double check.
That's surprising there's not an overcharge for it.
Yeah.
Or like additional targets or something maybe.
No, just says choose one target within medium range. The target suffers 3 damage. This
Oh.
damage ignores armor.
Okay.
It's still really good.
Yeah.
I mean, just straight 3 damage. If it did more for additional successes, that might be too good. With ignoring damage or ignoring armor, but yeah. All right. All right. So the Storm Fiend's in rough shape. The Warlock Engineer is still acting weird, and it is Hella's turn.
Guess what? I'm gonna swing an axe. No, it's a hammer, but you know.
All right, you need 5s with its great defense. But you only need 2 successes to do any damage. So just roll. How do you want to use your metal? Are you going to save it for an additional attack? Are you going to get more dice?
Well, I already rolled my first attack, so I could use my metal. I only had 1 success, but I did roll a 4, so I could use my metal as focus.
So you know 1
for 2
success.
successes.
Yeah, so you know that if you spend your metal now, you'll just do a damage because you know 1 success is 3 damage. That's gone from armor. If you use your metal now to wait, you don't have focus.
Oh no, you're right. I don't. Never mind.
Yeah, so
Right.
yeah. So unfortunately, you don't do any damage.
So fail.
But metal to
But I can
attack
try
again.
again.
Yeah. I mean, you don't fail. You hit it. You just don't do any damage.
I got 3 successes.
Yo! Okay, so 2 damage, right? 3 would be 5 total.
Yeah.
All right. You get the sense that this thing, it's really teetering now. It's like shaking its head as it's losing a lot of blood, and maybe you broke a bone, like broke a rib with that swing or something, and it's trying to ignore it, but you can tell it's on its last legs of the 2 that it has.
Woo!
And
Plus
back,
it has 2 more on its back, right?
although that little thing on its back, yeah, that does have legs. But it is back to the top with Soil and Doug. Soil, I'm sorry that Skitter's gone.
Here, let me get him down close to dead, and then you can finish him off. You can do the same thing. Squash Dan's pet. So we're gonna double our training
I do really like this Storm Fiend.
with our metal. And you know what? Because Skitter died too, we're gonna stand up.
What?
Yes.
Right?
Oh,
So we're no longer prone, which is gonna mean our combat stuff goes back up. And it is great defense.
Yes.
And I'm gonna double my training.
That's really good because your training is 2, so it gets you 2 more dice.
And that'll be
Focus 1 available. Can you use focus here?
Nice.
oh yeah. So
Oh, because you're standing, your melee goes up to great.
you're normally oh, I didn't actually take off the
Yeah, because your next dice is a 3. So can you do it with 4s?
I
Because
think
you have to have equal. You have to get your melee would have to be great to need 4s.
Gotcha.
You're still backstabbing though, so that's still 6 damage.
Huh.
Looks like.
Yep, I believe so. Yeah, I don't think it goes up to great. I think it's just good.
It's still, I mean, okay, 6 damage. Yeah, you get right? No, 3. Yeah, 3 damage, but with backstab it's doubled.
Mhm.
And you ignore my armor. You stick that dagger up between some plates of armor. So describe for us how you kill this Storm Fiend.
Is he dead?
Real casually, I'm kind of like standing up. I got like one arm down, and I'm like bracing myself up, and I just kind of stab him on the way up.
only what I'm thinking too, because we didn't even know you were there. So you just pop out of nowhere.
So the
It's
Storm
like, hey,
Fiend
hey,
collapses, and like as the dust settles, Doug's just standing there with
Brushing
a
my
dagger in
my
each
cloak
hand,
off
just
and-
like,
Yeah. Whatever. Just Tuesday.
We've
Oh.
done it. We've saved the day.
I'm sorry, I forgot to say at the start of this round, Doug, you're okay because you have 1 point of armor, but the fire in the engine room is spreading and making this area a minor hazard, this zone. So anybody starting their thing in here will suffer 1 damage,
Oh dear.
but you can reduce it by armor if you need to. Or, yeah, if you need to.
So I don't
you're
suffer
able
any
to.
damage because I'm 2.
So it is Soil's turn, but yeah, you see it. It's the fire is spreading. Right now, it's a minor hazard. You can
But-
pretty safely assume it's going to.
But the fiend's dead.
increase. The fiend collapses. It seems to be dead.
Seems to be dead.
Yes. Never know what that means.
But this place is gonna blow up soon anyway, it sounds like, so
It'd probably be best to depart.
So look behind the curtain a little bit. You heard a lot of its stats. So that 3 armor. I was really excited for the whole skitter thing. It's warpstone laced armor cannot be reduced by rend. So if you had succeeded there, I've been like, oh, it bites it really good, but it
Nothing
doesn't
happens.
destroy the armor. So just ignoring armor with the backstab was like the only way we were gonna do anything. This thing had 22 toughness
Oh, Jesus Christ.
because it's nigh unkillable, so it gets double the normal toughness.
Gosh.
So, yeah, well done
Thing
killing
that's
it.
gone. Duh.
But yeah, the engineer is still here, but it's not in its right mind. But yeah, it is still Soil's turn. This thing in front of you is dead, and you see the engineer beyond.
Oh, you don't need to worry about him. He's
He'll
fine.
Skitter.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Is Soil going to be able? Would Soil be able to grab whatever is left of
Scrape
soil
the remains. Oh.
Skitter.
or something?
You'll have to get it off his
and be
knuckles.
able
Take him
to-
with him.
Well, I mean, I understand squish, but like, there's still got to be some of
There's
his body
some,
left if
yeah,
it's-
some of it's stuck to the Storm Fiend's foot too.
Oh, just completely just
Squished
stomped
it.
on it.
You can get some parts. Oh, thanks, Danny. She just redeemed Hydrate for us. Yeah, so looking at it, you have to spend an endeavor to get a new companion, which is essentially a week's time of like downtime. So it might be a little while before you get a chance to do that.
Soil's just gonna.
Just collect up the bits.
No. Soil's just actually just gonna leave. She's gonna head out the door.
Just walk out.
Yep.
Do you stop where Daria is, or you just keep going?
No, she's just gonna keep going.
All right. You see a lot of the other crew people are making their way out as well. Everybody's running. There's still Skaven about, clambering over this thing. Every once in a while, you see somebody get gutted by a storm vermin halberd, or you see somebody gun one down with like a blunderbuss. It's still chaos, but you see a few people are starting to rally around Captain Hines, like into the jungle away from the cogfort, and he sees you and like waves you over. And it's Darius' turn. So you also see this. He shouts, "Abandoned fort! It's lost!" I forget what his voice was.
So I'm going to head over towards the captain.
All right, so Daria, I'm going to say Daria, at this point, Daria and Soil are effectively out of this current combat, which brings it to the engineer's turn. He runs up next to you, and like he has got like a staff, and he kind of brandishes it, and he's like looking around, ready to defend you.
Go out there and just be disruptive.
Don't you gotta be more
Succeeded.
specific.
I got one success on a soul determination test again, but
Look at that.
I need
He's
3.
trying.
All right, so he runs out side the cogfort as well, and is like ready to. He uses his action to get out there, and he's like ready. He's got the staff in one hand. He's got his hand up, looking around, ready to cast warp lightning on something. And it's Hella's turn. Hella, take 1 damage, 1 damage from the environment as it's all on fire and hot. There's smoke clogging your lungs. You don't have any armor, so you just take the 1.
Nope. I'm just running out like the rest of them.
Alrighty, so you start to flee. Are you going to do that as well, Doug?
No, I'm going to teleport back to my room. We got financed all of that great material, so I'm going to get our supplies and the brandy and the beer and
He's got meat and cheese.
the meat and cheese for
Oh
sandwiches.
right.
I
our
forgot about that. That's
charcuterie board.
fantastic.
And then
He's
yes.
got toast,
Okay.
toast and fondue now.
Mm-hmm.
So you start to gather around. So do you like let go of your hold on the engineer for doing all that?
I don't have to.
Because it's a free action to keep doing that. All right. After you go, you hear the crackle of warp lightning again as he's zapping Skaven. He's like, "Stay away! Back!" And you gather with the rest of the surviving crew. You see Captain Hines there, and he's like, "We must retreat. That we're completely overwhelmed. I see all of you made it out. Thanks, Sigmar."
Yes. How many casualties were there total?
I'm not. We need to get away so I can. Everybody, this way, move! And he's like, "Watch out!" And he shoots a pistol over at a Skaven that was like creeping up, takes it off his feet.
I'll command the new employee Skaven just to kind of defend us on our retreat.
Like, do you tell him like to stay there?
Yes.
Okay. It says, following Captain Hines' orders, everyone who survived from the crash runs full pelt into the uncharted Gyran jungle, using Kernaloon, one of Gyran's moons, as the marker. Behind you, the wreck of the Harbinger of Trouble quickly disappears behind endless brush and thickets, but you can still hear the fires burning and munitions exploding well into the night. The last thing you see is a tall rat in tattered midnight blue cape climbing atop the Cogfort's main gun and wildly firing a rattling hand cannon into the sky in screeching celebration. You feel the beady eyes of more Skaven watching you as you flee the crash site and hear the war screeches of reinforcements arriving. But the ratmen eventually leave off pursuit, having claimed the ultimate prize. One man's wreck is another rat's treasure. So you flee into the jungle until everybody has to stop and catch their breath, and Hines starts to kind of take stock, count heads kind of thing, essentially roll call. And he's just like, this is, seems to have gone from bad to worse here. When I first noticed the Skaven coming aboard, I thought we could repel them easily, especially with Soulbound with us. No offense. I don't think anybody was short of an army of Stormcast could have fought that off. They really came at us with everything they had. This is not good. clearly. I know it's stating the obvious here. I think I'm still in a little bit of shock of what just happened. I'm glad you're all safe, though. I think that will greatly increase our chances of survival. Would seem only about a dozen of us made it.
Total. Including us?
Well, yeah. I see, yes, there are 11 of me and my crew, and then the 4 of you, so 15 total, it looks to be.
How far away were we?
From
the camp?
The city?
Yes.
We had traveled 3 days, so more than halfway. So I think best chances are to push on. I know some of us have some rations. We may be able to find some things to eat. Luckily, with I've been this way a few times. I think I can navigate us there. Just obviously, we're going to be going slower on foot than the cogfort.
Are we going to continue to travel by road, or are we going directly through the jungle itself?
I don't know if the road's the best idea. Like, this obviously this is a coordinated attack by the Skaven. They brought enough forces to force us out of there against the Harbinger.
And a reminder, we are in my people's territory.
Yes, but I know that's the lanterns or whatever, right? At the side of the road. It helps protect against...
The ghost lights, yeah.
Yes.
So the road might be safer, but, like, I think the Skaven would go looking there first for survivors, right? Like, that's the obvious place. They'd see us. The one road straight. They would see us miles away.
We would see them, whereas in the jungles, we will see nothing.
That's true. We can try to get back to the road. I'm not sure exactly which way to go.
Does anyone find it odd that they seemed more interested in the Harbinger than us?
Yeah, kind of.
That's a good point. Yeah, they kind of let us go. Skaven are quick on their feet. They may have been able to run us down. I think killing us just would have made their job easier. I think you're right. I think they were trying to get the Harbinger. It's been my home for some time. This is sad day for the Ironweld.
Sad day for many.
I appreciate all your
R.I.P.
help there. I know I saw that hulking, I think they call it a storm fiend. Can't believe you all faced that and survived.
Well,
but yes, we can catch our breath here for a moment. We should probably try to keep on the move.
I may be of assistance. I know some spells to give me a better understanding of where we are.
Oh, very good. Yes. What is that?
I know how to cast Lay of the Land. I can at least see and gain visual for a mile.
That
A mile?
sounds very handy. Yes.
Okay.
Go right ahead. Yeah, we'll be ready to head out in just a few minutes. Just make sure everybody has some water at least, and maybe a bite to eat to give us some energy to go.
It will be just a few moments before I can cast.
All right, so you gain a perfect mental map of the natural features of the surrounding lands in a mile radius.
whoa. All right.
Do you want me to still roll for success or no?
Yeah, because you could fail. You
Yeah.
need to roll at least a 6, so it's not
Yeah.
guaranteed. You could get the price of failure. Now that we know that's a thing, that's exciting for me. I love this cast.
So 2 questions. Are we taking like a rest at this moment?
No, you do. There's a thing called take a breather,
Okay.
which I believe allows you to fully restore your toughness. Let me triple check that. Healing. Take a breather. You take a breather. You spend 10 minutes resting and recuperating. You sit and recover from a previous battle. Take a drink and have some food. Gather yourself in preparation for the challenges ahead. When you're finished resting, your toughness returns to its maximum.
So I wouldn't be able to use my medic trait to be able to get rid of the severe wound?
That's during a rest, right?
That's during a rest.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to make sure on that one.
Yeah, rest is like a long rest in other games where you rest for 8 hours and actually like sleep and take time for that. A breather is like a short rest in other games. 10 minutes, but yeah, your toughness goes back up because as we've seen, that can go down pretty quick, but no wounds are healed yet.
Gotcha. So while everybody else is resting, Soil's going to go to a nearby tree, use the scythe to clip a branch. It's going to be placing the branch into the dirt and kind of like chanting a spell to like make the branch start a new tree. And it's just going to be there for a moment or two before she casts, before I go to cast the spell.
Oh, I like that. So you plant this little bit of tree here and use it to channel into the ground to be able to sense the surrounding.
No, she's doing this for Skitter.
Yeah.
Oh, like a little-
This
Karen.
is technically how a branch witch would bring a soul back to the grove.
Aw, I like that a lot. That's cute. It's nice. I really appreciate how you're not just like, it's just a thing I can bring back. You know, actual character moment is nice. So yeah, whenever you're ready, you can cast that spell. Anybody else doing things during the 10 minutes here?
I'm gonna mix a couple drinks.
Just eating some food.
And pour one out for Skitter.
That's very nice.
Hey, I don't have all that much left. It is actually very nice of me. I'm a very nice man.
All right.
And so humble.
So humble. We know that for sure about Doug. All right, so if you haven't yet, you can restore your toughness to maximum. You're back to full, and then Soil can attempt this spell. Pretty good chances of getting it. You just got to roll at least 1-6.
I thought I rolled. Did I not?
And metal is only useful in combat. You can't use it outside of combat to
Okay, so I
buff
can't
these
double
things.
my focus. Gotcha.
I was waiting for you to ask.
Okay, so I couldn't even like do double training or anything like that.
No, because the whole metal is to represent like that adrenaline surge during combat and everything.
Gotcha. So just regular roll. Gotcha.
I mean, you could use soul fire
No.
potentially.
No.
I don't even finish it. It's kind of like asking for beseeching the dark gods in WFRP.
Yeah.
Or like before even finish, like I start the question and you're like, people are like, no, not doing that.
It's not letting me roll.
So remember, you got to click it under. Is it under? Do you have it under combat there?
Yeah. I click on it. I don't have my training or focus checked, and I just click roll, and nothing's coming up on the side here.
That's weird. So yeah, just roll your physical dice then. So you'd be rolling.
So it's technically I have 5, but I still have that thing, so it's 4.
Yes, good call. And you do have 1 focus in it, so if you roll,
Oh,
and
wait.
really 5 or 6.
Wait, hold on. Wait. I have 4 mind, because I have training would be 5, but yeah, okay. Yep,
Yeah, you have 4 dice here. So really, with 1 focus, you're looking for at least 1 5.
Right. And I didn't.
Oh
I didn't-
no!
Distracted.
Price of failure. Let's find that. This is exciting.
I had 2 4s with a focus. It goes up to a 5. So, but still, everything was a failure.
All right, so price of failure. Roll me. What do you roll?
1 die, because it's the difference between how much you failed by and what the difficulty was.
What do we add that?
No.
Because it goes up to 18 plus. I haven't actually done this yet.
Yeah, so like,
Outside the foundry.
like my enslave, I had a DN of 3, so I would add 3 dice for that if I didn't get any successes on it.
Oh, so you roll more dice.
Mhm.
So you just roll 1 die because there was only 1 that he needed.
Yep, because it was 6-1.
Oh, okay, okay.
I believe.
So I like that because then there's only 2 results you can get here. It's either not that bad or
4. What happened?
That's the opposite. So
Oh,
the spell
no.
is cast but has the opposite effect. So you have absolutely no idea. You are completely lost. Where like you're
Oh no.
borderline blind here.
Oh.
So yeah, actually, you know what? You're just gonna take the blinded condition for a while.
Awesome.
So you can't see. Your difficulty of mind awareness tests that rely on sight are increased by 2.
Oh no.
Tests are made at greater disadvantage, and your melee accuracy and defense all decrease 1 step. As you try to cast this spell, but you're stricken blind, you're not sure how long this is gonna last.
So you're gonna throw that on me, or what are you gonna?
Yeah, I'm adding it in Foundry.
Darn it.
How long does the spell normally last when you cast Lay of the Land?
An hour, I think it was.
Lay of the land.
I love the price of failure, man. This is great.
It's legitimately it's a nice
Yeah, for 1 hour I'm going to be blind.
it's a nice counter to, you know, you can just cast your spells as many times as you want, but there's always that risk that you go blind for an hour,
Well, you know, you figure probably an hour.
right?
Oh man, that's fantastic. That's so funny. At your expense. Sorry, Mike.
Soil's having a very rough time.
Right? This has been a terrible last 20 minutes.
That's what chat just said too. Soil's not good. Very bad day.
So
Yeah.
It's not having a good time.
oh wow. Okay, so
I apologize, but I believe I've just made myself blind.
oof. Okay.
Once again, I'm so sorry for your loss of sight.
So there's 11 Heinz and 10 crew members left. There's 3 humans and 9 Dwarden here, all in various states of injured as well. They would have their toughness refilled, but they're essentially like minions with 1 toughness each. So some are a little more hurt than others. They have a handful of weapons between them as well. Not everybody was able to get out with a cog axe or a blunderbuss. So they're gonna act like a swarm of 11 cogsmiths that do half damage if there's any combats, because they're not all armed. And Heinz, what did the trees show you, Soil? I know you said you've been stricken blind. Did they take away? Does your magic take away your sight so you see it in your mind's eye instead?
Whoops. Actually.
I will leave it up to your capable hands for the time being.
Okay, very good. I will attempt to find our way.
We're just going to be marching through the jungle.
Yeah, so he does his best. You figure he's going to do his best here to try to find his way. I like this little flavor text. It says, Hish rises on Verdia, which is like the continent you're on. Its golden light cutting through the dense Gyran jungle, raising morning mists up. Why can't I read this right now? Hish rises on Verdia, its golden light cutting through the dense Gyran jungle, raising morning mists up from the dense mulch on the ground. The jungle awakens with new sounds, the calling of beasts large and small, the roil from the sea of leaves above your head, and the constant drizzle of water. Traveling all through the night across the dense and difficult terrain, you are bloodied, exhausted, and completely lost.
Great.
That last part really hits hard now.
Completely
Sends it
lost.
home.
That was already written in the book. I didn't add that. You and Captain Heinz have been gathering survivors all morning. You appear to have found a relatively safe space in the wilds for now, but you know that staying in one place for too long tempts discovery from the Skaven who attacked you the night before. Captain Heinz, even though he has lost much, remains level-headed and has a plan. There'll be plenty of time for mourning the dead once you all get to the city.
Has anybody been helping Soil at least move around since I'm completely blind? Just wondering if I'm just...
I would assume somebody in the party would try to help.
I'm hoping at that point. This is a thought that just occurred in my head. Have I just been walking into things and falling over as we're going?
We had some relationships established with your trip here. Is anybody going to offer to help Soil walk, hold an arm?
I will.
Sure. Yeah.
We get one on each
We
side.
haven't
He's
been-
kind of big, right?
We haven't been moving around too much either, right? We've kind of
Yeah.
been.
So I will just try and play
Taking-
it tough at moment, and then she'll just trip and fall straight to the dirt. Perhaps I will take your assistance.
I like that a lot. All right, so yeah, you had a few actually a decent amount of survivors. So you could have ended somewhere between 13 and 8 survivors.
Oh,
You landed right in the middle with 11.
yeah.
Which is not terrible. So you push on through the jungle here. So throughout the night, nothing else terrible happens. The next morning, you have at least 2 days travel to go, since you were 3 days into a 5-day trip, but that was 5 days at the speed of the cogfort. So Heinz guesses it could be anywhere between 3 and 4 more days of travel through the jungle. since we're going to be slower.
Now, whenever the hour's up, let me know. I'll try and do Lay of the Land again.
So yeah, at this point you've been traveling for hours. Your sight is back. Well, I will have it just be an hour for the duration that the spell would be. If any, after an hour or two of travel, like every hour or two of travel, you guys take a breather anyway.
Okay.
Just because Heinz wants to keep moving at least through the rest of that night and the next day, and then he says we'll try to find a place to camp after this day to see if we can find we want to get as far away from those Skaven as we can, try to find a safe place to hole up for a few hours to let people sleep, but not yet.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and try to cast the spell again. We'll say after a few hours you feel ready for it.
Hopefully we don't fail.
I've got technically 2 6s.
Yay.
Oh boy. So you succeed this time. Was there a...
So now that makes it 2 hours that I have the mental map for the mile.
Nice. All right. So I thought you would be able to get more with more successes. That's really good. So yeah, you see you got like basically a big old circle 2 mile radius. What did you say? 2 hours or 2 miles?
So it's only for a mile. It's for 2 hours. I have
okay.
that map in my head now.
So you can see this perfectly. So like where there's like streams you might need to cross, a better spot for that. You can see where there's really thick packets of trees and everything. So you guys, this allows you to speed up your progress a bit, which is going to be real handy. So as you're moving along, you all notice twisted corpses of animals and a few mortals, like humans and what do they call them? Just elves and dwarden, scattered about in a spot, with a few blue and white feathers mixed among them. Heinz stops the party for a moment to investigate this, just kind of like, this is kind of weird. Anybody looking can make a mind, medicine, or nature test.
Mine.
4-2.
If you have medicine or nature.
Yeah, so you make a mind test. If you have medicine or nature, you can add. You can do your training.
Oh, okay. So I can
focus
I'll
for
just
that.
Oh wait, it's just a 4. I can only roll 3.
What's a success?
4-2. So you need 2 4-ups.
Oh,
I
I only have 1 dice to roll, so I fail.
I only
2
have
dice.
a 4.
So what? Let's see, Doug. What did I say? Medicine or nature?
Yeah, medicine or nature.
I'm gonna roll on Foundry for Doug. He's got mind 3. He failed.
So we all failed.
We all
Tim
failed.
stepped away for a moment. Okie dokie.
So none of us know what it is.
Yeah, you just don't notice. Whatever. Heinz just kind of
Does
shrugs
Heinz
his
get to
shoulder.
roll?
I'll roll for him as well. I think that's fair. His mind, they count as mind 2. So let's see. He makes it.
Yay!
I rolled a 5 and a 6.
Yeah.
Hey.
Good call on having him roll too. So let's see. He notices something himself, that most of their flesh and bone has been transformed into brittle wooden matter. So the rest of you didn't look past like clothes and stuff on these people, and you're just like, oh yeah, they're all dead, whatever. But he's like, wait a minute. This person's arm looks like bark. This dwarden's leg looks like it's been turned to wood. Somebody maybe
Soil, what the hell's going
yeah,
on?
Soil. What's happening?
he
So
just-
he
he's
can the
like,
captain say it out loud, and then can like Soil like be like, oh, I know what that is now.
Does Soil know what that is?
Yeah, he could do another test.
Well, as you're all standing around trying to figure this out, everybody can make
Oh no.
a mind awareness test.
Mind
5-1.
awareness.
Oh.
Actually, make it 5-2, since everybody failed that other test. This is going to be a little more difficult.
I only have 1 dice, Dan.
And awareness as well?
I
I
only
failed.
have 1 5.
I'm not
I
aware.
failed.
Oh, well, the cogsmiths also badly failed.
What about Doug?
Doug.
I can roll on Foundry for Doug again. His awareness is the same, 3. He passed. No, he didn't pass. Never mind. It was 5-2.
No.
I forgot to change the difficulty on there. So, everybody is surprised in this first round. Nobody passed, right?
Nope.
Nope.
As you see from above, you don't see it until it lands among you.
Obviously, the
Yeah.
blue and white bird.
Is a
That's from
big
above?
blue and white feathered monstrosity. Another large-sized creature crashes down from the trees above you and squawks "Ah!"
Ooh.
and tries to attack.
Run!
We're being attacked by a giant bird.
Okay, so it comes down.
What?
It's using
After
a
we
charge
just looked
action.
at a bunch of bodies that are being turned to wood.
Let's see. Who's it gonna go after is the question. I think it's gonna go after Hella because she's the least armored and try to peck at you to try to eat your flesh.
See, I figured I'm small. It's not gonna come for me.
All right, so it has a really cool trait called Maddened Ferocity. It pounces, it takes the charge action, adds additional d6, so add 2d6 to its attack here. As a free action, it can choose to reduce its defense number of steps to increase its melee. Being with this many things around, it's not going to quite go that far, but it is going to try to peck at Hella with a melee of great. What is your defense?
Average. Right.
Your defense is average. The shield.
Yep.
All
2.
right. Does this thing get metal? It does. It's gonna go for broke here and double its training. And I get 1 bonus die because I get 2 bonus dice because I charged. Let's see how this goes. Oh! So its flintstone beak snaps at you and does definitely get a piece of flesh to eat as I roll 9 damage.
What the
What?
heck, man? What
I
is
got
all
8
these 9?
8 successes, and the weapon is damage +1.
Did I lose an arm?
Whew. What's your? Yeah, luckily you were at full toughness. So what are you?
Well, my toughness is 7, so
Oh!
I'm at 0. But
So 0.
Minor wound.
do I?
Yep.
It's just
And then
a
I
minor
take
wound.
1 wound.
Yes, your toughness is at 0, and you fill 1 wound in. Luckily, as a dwarven, you get 1 extra wound, and I know you have an ability that
Oh,
makes
it's a
you
serious wound.
better at when you're at 0 toughness. You fight better.
Yeah, I have something about that.
Let's see. I think I gotta double check something else because you were surprised. Page 135.
Oh yeah, you've activated my runes. Mm-hmm. I got some golden tattoos.
Okay, so I just
there.
basically got a free attack there because you were surprised. This thing's initiative 3, so it'll be going in the same spot as the Skaven did before, luckily. So it'll be Soil / Doug's turn to start.
By all means.
Okay, so I'll cast Arcane Bolt. And I'm going to double my focus.
Try to blasty blast it.
Try to blasty blast it.
I will say, as a free action, anybody can make like a mind nature test to see if you know what this is, if you can learn anything about it. Well, on your turn, yeah. You can use a free. I'll say you can use a free action.
What do we need?
Let's make it. How many dice do you have?
I got 3.
With poison.
Yeah.
So we'll make it an average test. So 4-2.
I got 2 6s.
Okay, so you know this because as a Sylvaneth, it makes sense. You know this as a cockatrice.
Oh.
But this is one that is native to the realm of life, realm of Gyron. So instead of turning things to stone with its gaze, it turns things into wood.
With its gaze.
So actually, at the start of this initiative round, both... so say that's what you know about it, that it can turn things to wood. At the start of this this initiative 4, both soil and...
Now, when you say its gaze, do you have to meet its gaze or just be in its gaze?
So it works a little bit differently here. It just says any creature who enters or starts their turn within medium range of the Cyclostone cockatrice must make this test. So it's a 5-1 body reflexes test.
Okay.
Within medium range?
Yeah, so this will affect everybody because it's looking around at everyone. So I'll just do it at the start of this initiative because you guys are both the same initiative. We'll just do it now for both of you. So 5-1 body reflexes test.
Great.
And -1 for poison for soil.
But soil's already made of wood.
That's different.
True.
It's like
That is
heartwood.
true.
You
Yeah.
said a 5-1 what?
Body reflexes.
I'm trying to see if I.
You might be able to do it.
I don't have reflexes, and I got a 3.
All right.
So have I become petrified wood?
You got wood.
Not
You're
quite
just
that
terrified
bad yet.
wood.
All right.
You're not petrified.
On a
yet.
failure, small flora begins to sprout across your body. You become poisoned and frightened until the end
I'm
of
already
combat.
poisoned.
But you're also frightened now. So we'll apply that on
What's frightened
Foundry.
do?
Oh wait, I forgot to take the. I'll get rid of the blinded as well. You're not blinded right now. So you know this, that if a creature dies while poisoned, their body rapidly transforms into loamish plant matter
Okay.
from being poisoned by this thing.
So don't die.
So like the poison here more represents that you're slowly turning into a plant, so it slows you down and makes you worse at everything you do.
Oh,
How'd you do, Doug?
I passed. I rolled a6.
Okay, on a success, the creature becomes blinded until the start of their next turn as they avert their gaze.
So this happens every turn. We're just going to be blinded or petrified every round?
Yep.
You're a bad
this
GM.
one.
See what you
Was it-
what actually happened is Doug actually rolled first, so the creature was blinded and it actually never saw soil to
All right, so I'll
Yep.
apply blinded to Doug.
No.
What's this other thing you have on you right now?
So are we in shadow currently? Are we in a shady area?
You're in the jungle, yeah.
So the shadow cloak gives me an additional, raises my defense. If
Oh, okay,
shroud-
because blinded reduces your defense
Oh, okay.
and melee and accuracy.
Oh, that's the part I was hoping it didn't do.
But yeah, it's still your guy. It's still both of your turns. So that happened at the start of the turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna still cast Arcane Bolt with doubling my focus, and as I'm doing that, I'm gonna shout out for everybody to run behind the trees, get out of its sight.
All right. So yeah, you call that out. Can I poison you multiple times?
Can you not?
Not with that attitude.
Yeah, I don't think you can be like poison too.
Doubly.
Could you? What if you hit the plus button for him? Like, see where it says like temporary effects down below.
Oh, and
Well, that's Tim.
Yeah, I
looking
think
at right now.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
look
but it's
if,
the same for
if conditions can
characters.
stack or not. I'm pretty sure it's just you're poisoned or you're not.
yeah, because they're check boxes,
Oh.
so there
Yeah.
must be.
But like, if you hit the plus sign, you can't add an additional one.
So these are like if you want to like make a custom one, you
Uh.
can make stuff up and
got
put it in
it.
there. Yeah, I was hoping there would be like a search function or something in there where you could be like more specific.
So what are you guys doing? So soil calls out.
So I'm calling out as I'm casting Arcane Bolt at the thing to get out of its sight, get behind trees, or get behind cover, and I have 3 successes on my hit.
Nice.
So that's 1 additional damage per success.
You say 3
Yep.
successes. So 3 damage.
Did you put your focus in?
I mean, I said add additional focus. Does that?
It has 2 available.
You have to apply them.
So you can apply it to
Oh,
your
so
2.
I could, yes.
And so then we get 4 successes.
Oh, nice. You have 2 focus in channeling. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it's real good.
So 4 successes. So what does your
Boom.
arcane bolt look like?
So Arcane Bolt, or like, how does it look as I'm firing it? you
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. Like how do you manifest this?
Okay.
What does your spell look like as you cast it?
So as I'm shouting it and everything else, I'm just extending my hand out and everything else, and I just see like magic just swirl up and everything, and you just see a large, just like shotgun burst almost kind of come out and everything, and a like large burst of light and force at it.
Oh, nice. All right, cool. So as you do this, you see the the cockatrice like really recoil back, and it's like looks like it kind of hurt it pretty good. It was
Hell
4,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's 4 successes. So that's target suffers 1 and each additional success. So that's 1 plus 3. Yeah,
All right,
1 plus 3, so 4.
nice. And you use your focus on that, or your
Yeah,
metal.
I used my.
Or do you still have your metal?
I still have my metal actually, don't I?
Ooh.
Because all I did was use my focus.
What's its defense?
You're not sure yet. No one's attacked it.
You know what? Let's go for a double hit of arcane bolt since we'll see how it happens.
It looks like it would have a pretty good defense. It seems very nimble.
Gotcha.
All right, you can go for it again.
Now I can use my focus again, right? Or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah,
sweet.
focus works every time you roll. Same as training. You just using your metal to do it again means you can't double your focus or training.
So since I'm using my metal to do this again, I can't double my focus.
Great. Correct.
Okay.
Put correct and great together there for some reason. Great.
Or did you use your metal to double your focus on the first one?
I thought I used my metal. I thought, all right, I'm getting confused because I used it. I hit double my focus, so I must have used my metal the first time.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
That's why I had 2 points
Got it.
because I only have a training and then 1 focus in
Got
it.
it.
So that's why. So nope, never mind. My turn's done.
All right. Still, I mean, that was effective. You did do some good damage to it. So it is.
Me.
What's your name? Doug hasn't gone.
Correct.
Doug hasn't gone.
So, mind awareness tests that rely on sight. Okay, but this is mind channeling. So I'm gonna. That worked out really well. It seemed like for Soil.
It
So
seemed to be effective.
We'll try the same thing, and we'll get
Arcane Bolt.
2 after focus,
Okay. So yeah, again, it seems to take that damage.
and then I'll use my metal to do it again.
Like if you feel like all your magic goes through. What does your arcane bolt look like? I don't think we've
It's
seen yours
kind of
yet.
like you know when you see fireworks, like a bottle rocket, where it just kind of like takes off and then it like blips out for a second before it explodes. It's like that with no explosion. It just blinks back in as it hits.
Oh, cool. All right. So do it again with metal.
Yes,
Blam.
and
Is that
that'll be
3 then?
3.
Whoa. Okay. Wow. So you get the sense that this thing is really hurting already.
And then I'm gonna take Soil's advice and I am gonna shadow step boop, out of
Just
medium range.
away.
Yep.
Okay. Nice. So start of Darius' turn. Need you to do a 5-1 body reflexes test. See how well you can avoid the gaze, either be blinded or poisoned. And frightened. I forgot what frightened does.
I need 5s. You said? I got 2 6s, so I got 2 successes.
So you are blinded until the start of your next turn, as you're trying to avert your gaze from its
Why?
eyes.
Why are you like this, Dan?
Why?
I know you guys just aren't used to. You should be used to it by now. We've played quite a few sessions together.
I don't know, man.
I'm just following the rules, man. I rolled for a random Gyron
got
jungle
2
encounter. It
frickin'
happened to be this.
We've gotten 2 big creatures all of a sudden
Wait,
on
so
us.
I have to
yeah.
They're throwing
blind-
8,
blind
9 damage at us. Like, damn, dude.
Yeah, I mean that was a ridiculous roll I got on Hella.
Like,
It's nice to see you guys actually
Over
get
here
wounded.
dying.
So what
Oh, is this-
happens when I'm blinded? I can't remember.
So you roll 1 fewer die.
No,
Yeah.
not for blinded.
Oh, you
Poison plus
reduce your melee accuracy and defense 1 step.
so I get it now,
Melee
Dan. So
accuracy
because
and
our
defense.
first 2 trial campaigns we went through without getting really hurt. Now we're just
now it's
ramping
like
this up.
dialing it up.
Well, and think about that. So remember when that one where we were in the haunted house or whatever, like he said we couldn't heal, but apparently you can take a breather, have a little bit of food, and get your toughness back since we did multiple times.
That was the Grim and Perilous rules that specifically
gotcha.
you had to take a breather took an hour.
Okay.
Oh.
And every time you tried to, things happened.
That's right.
Specifically, that one was meant for you to like potentially lose characters throughout, and that just we're not going to spoil what actually happened because those haven't gone up yet.
I mean, I haven't really looked at any of these DM books and everything. Is there just like an excuse for everything section?
I've never read any book ever, so I have no idea.
Tim doesn't read rules.
Is there in there? It's like, what's my excuse for this line?
I really could take
So-
advantage of that more.
You could. So there is, I think in the WFRP stuff, there's a rule called the Golden Rule, where if you're not having fun, don't do it. So
Not having fun.
there was a while where we were trying to invoke the Golden Rule on Dan.
Back when JB started the bad GM thing,
Yeah.
where it was like, well, that didn't work for me. You're a bad GM. And I'm like, I can't help you. Just rolled poorly. That's when JB started just making up his dice rolls.
You double poisoned me. You killed my bug. You blinded me. You blinded me and
I
scared
didn't do
me.
any of that. That was a Storm Fiend and a Cockatrice. I'm not either of those things.
Not having fun.
I know we stalled long enough for Rachel. What are you doing?
I am going to move away because Soil told us to run. But if I for my action, that's only in combat. Are we in combat?
Yes.
Okay, so I can move and then I can dodge, right?
I think dodge is an action you can take, yeah. Till the start of your next turn, your defense increases by 1 step, and you can add 1d6 to your dice pool for body reflex tests. That actually makes a lot of sense. So you're like getting ready to dodge, because you can't really see this thing. Like you can still hear, like it only reduces your stuff by 1 on the ladder, just because like you can still hear it and everything. You know it's pretty close. It's a big monster. So you're just gonna step away and dodge.
Yep.
So you're just like ready to listen for it. All right, Hella.
Wait, I have to roll to see if I'm blind or something, right?
Yep.
Yep.
5-1 body reflex test.
Oh god.
And it's whether you're blinded or poisoned.
Yes.
Oh
You're
my
blinded
God. I have
because
one-
you're trying not
Yeah.
to look at it. If it does catch your gaze, then you get poisoned and frightened, which essentially just
I
makes
got
you
one.
minus 2 dice.
One success.
All right, so you are blinded,
Okay.
but again, it just reduces your melee down, so you could still walk up and try to hit it if you want.
What is reducing my melee do? I
It reduces your melee 1 step, so instead of good, it would be average, which makes it so you need higher dice rolls to do damage to this thing.
gotcha. I'm gonna swing at it because I'm mad now because
Hell
it
yeah.
took a chunk out of my shoulder and it activated my Doom Oath, and so my gold runes are shining bright and ready to fuck shit up. Whether it's or
Hell
not,
yeah.
we're
Better
gonna
now.
see.
All right,
Oh, does
so
that kind of cancel the negative for
let's
us?
see. Whenever your
Yeah.
toughness is at 0, damage from your attacks is doubled.
Ooh.
This is done before subtracting your target's armor from your damage.
Nice.
Whoa, before.
So-
That's really good.
Yeah, that's real good.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, roll hot here. So unfortunately, because you're blinded, you go down to good. Its defense is great. So you're going to need 6. Or no, that's only 1 below.
You can do it.
No, 2 below. So you need 6s.
Oh.
You do have metal. Do you want to spend metal for doubling anything here, or probably save it for another attack?
Yeah, save it for another attack because I don't have focus, and
All right,
okay.
so
So I have to get
6s.
6s.
You are still rolling 5 dice.
Yeah, I did not get any 6s.
Nuts. All right,
Alright,
so
I guess-
metal to do it again.
Yeah,
All right.
1 success.
Okay, so 1 success. The weapon is +2, so that's 3 damage. Because you are 0 toughness and your runes are glowing, you double that to 6. So describe how you destroyed killed the
Hell yeah.
Psychostone
Yay!
Cockatrice.
Yeah, I'm upset with it. Well, I mean, my eyes are probably closed, and I'm just like swinging wildly. And I'm gonna say that I just like smashed it in the face, cause f that bird.
So you
I don't know.
you
I just swing around wildly.
So you
and
smash
it
apart
in the face.
the beak that took a chunk out of you right back, and it crumples to
Yes.
the ground dead. So this one wasn't as bad because it had no armor and only 14 toughness, but you got through that real
I have
quick.
no armor and 7 toughness, so screw you, bird.
Boop, it's gone. Nice. All right, so You managed to deal with that a lot easier than that Storm Fiend. So it's laying here. With that nature test you made before, Soil, you know that these cockatrices are super dangerous. Obviously, they're strong. They're like powerful monsters. But this gaze they have that turns thing to plant is due to what's in their eyes.
Okay.
Which you would know is the realm stone of Gyron called Cycle Stone, which is insanely
Valuable?
valuable.
So we're gonna take the eyes.
So,
Also,
you
can we eat it?
harvest their eyes.
Okay, so how does this situation come up? Like, do I just say? Am I just gonna like, oh, hey, by the way?
You know this. No one else made the test, so you can tell people this if you want. If you want to try to harvest the eyes, I'm gonna have you make an average. We're gonna do body nature test, which might seem a little strange, but to represent you knowing what to do and trying to using your hands to try to remove.
Is
this.
there okay?
I already smashed its head, so this should be pretty easy.
YOLO.
It might have just fallen out like a gumball.
So Soil knows this. You could pass this on.
So I don't know if this will make this trip easier, but its eyes can go for quite a lot of money.
Oh, really?
Doug's into it.
Rule of is,
I could use
to
some more aquaguaranus. We only got like
I believe the saying
12 traps.
I believe the saying goes to the victor goes the spoils.
Yes. So it would be
As quoted by Soil.
All right, so I'll let people do. Anybody that wants to try to do this, I'll let up to, a maximum 2 tests 'cause it has 2 eyes. If you fail, we'll say that you just can't get it out. Like it doesn't. It seems to be too well attached. I'm going to allow you to do body beast handling or body nature.
So I'm going to leave that up to you if you would like. I'm not quite in need.
I do like how Rachel said, "Oh yeah,"
I got beast handling. Let's do it. What do
and
we
it'll be
need?
an average. So how many dice do you have for beast handling?
I have 3.
So an average test on 3 dice would be 6-1.
Wait, hold on. Body. But I have it.
So looking at your
But I have
stats,
a
you have 3
training.
in body. You have 1 training in beast handling.
So that'd be 4.
Why does the pool say 3?
I know. That's what I
Should
was
be
gonna
4,
say.
yeah, and a
It's weird, right?
focus.
And a focus. So I need.
Something else must be affecting that. Maybe it's blinded.
Oh, because I'm blind.
That would be gone now, though.
Oh, okay.
So I will
Let me
remove your
take that.
blinded.
Okay. Let me take that off.
Oh, good job. Yeah, so that just went up to 4.
Did it?
Oh no, that was your ballistic skill.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it still says 3. I don't know. Well, roll 4 dice.
Okay.
I'm not sure why it says 3.
Check her effects tab, see if there's anything else on there. There's a lot of things on there.
I don't think so. What do I need to?
6-1.
All right, I got 1-6 because I have a focus.
All right, you are able to pluck out one of its eyes, maybe with the end of your cutlass, and you now hold a piece of cycle stone. Rather large because it was the eye of a large-sized creature. Does anybody want to try the other one?
I'd gladly partake in the selling of it, but I don't want to get in there.
Can I roll
I'll
again?
try
for
to
the
get
other-
in there.
Oh, yeah.
All right. What are you do? How many dice do you have for this? Body beast handling or body nature?
Me?
Yeah.
4.
4 dice. Average test is also 6-1.
I failed. I can't do it.
Oh no.
Probably because I'm missing a big chunk of my shoulder.
You are in pain. So we can say too that while you guys are working on this, you can take a breather and rest 10 minutes. Take some time to work this out. We'll say that as you're trying to remove this, maybe somebody lets you borrow a dagger unless you have one of those as well, that you sever some connection to the beast somehow, and the cycle stone just like fades and turns to just rock.
Oh, so I fucked shit up. I'm sorry.
We still got
Daria
one.
could have gotten another one. Okay.
We still
If
got
we
one.
did a little rest, am I back up to full toughness?
If you want to take a breather, you back to full toughness. So I'm trying to determine what would be the best skill for like evaluating this. How much would this be worth? I'm thinking crafting or guile. We'll do mind crafting or mind guile to see if you have an idea of what this would be worth.
I would definitely do a mind guile.
I'll do
I'm gonna roll for Captain
Mind
Hines
guile.
as well.
I guess I'll do a mind crafting. What's
Minecraft?
what's the
He's
what's
really
the
good at
success that we're looking at?
For you guys, it'll be a hard test. So tell me how many dice you're rolling.
4.
3.
A hard test for 4d6 is 6-2.
Ooh.
What about for 3?
I'm sorry, that's very hard. Why is there not? There's no. Oh, there it is. 4-3 for 4 dice.
4.
You said mind crafting, right?
Yeah.
So I technically have 5 but 4 because of being poisoned.
All right. Yeah. So that's 4-3 for 3 dice is 3-3.
I succeeded.
So did Captain Hines.
What about 2 dice?
Oh no, he didn't. Oh, he's got
Wait,
focus.
so
So
I
yeah,
need
he does.
at least 3 threes?
Yes.
Yeah, I succeeded.
4 dice is 4-3. You need at least.
I also
3
succeeded
fours.
with 3.
Wow. So you all know. Sounds like everybody passed that this one piece of cycle stone, which would be like the size of a softball, is worth 300 drops.
Oh, wow.
Relatively. So
Wow.
Captain Hines kind of looks over Daria's shoulder as you're like knelt down here and you got this thing out, and he's like, "That's a kingly prize." So this cycle stone here it says it contains a chip. So like within the eye, like in the very center of it, was a chip of cycle stone worth about 300. So really, just that piece of it is much smaller, like a big die. He says, so this cycle stone you're holding is why Greywater Fastness exists. There are mines below where they mine cycle stone, and there is quite the deposit underneath the city. Something that if you hold on to, you can sell for quite a bit. You did all the work in destroying this beast, so as far as I'm concerned, that is yours to do what you want with.
I'm gonna take a feather. I need a prize.
Oh, I like that. Nice.
We should probably butcher this thing, right?
Yeah, can we eat it?
Would Soil know if it's like technically good for people to eat?
It's a naturally occurring creature. It's just
Okay.
weird in the realm of life, So yes, you could butcher part of it. Hines doesn't want to stay long. He's okay with taking like another 10 minutes.
We need to move.
I think if we spend longer than that, that just makes us too much of a target. The death screech of this, I think, will draw in other scavengers.
So we'd maybe just grab some legs and take off.
You try to. Well, we can remove
Giant
some
legs.
meat, yes, I think that will help us survive out here.
One hell of a drumstick.
Eyes the size of softballs. I think its legs are
Yeah,
pretty
right?
damn big.
Yeah. Like I said, it's essentially a large size creature, so it is quite big. So you can get a lot of meat off of it. That I think we can.
Literally the Flintstones size meat sandwich.
Brontosaurus, yeah.
Right? Yes, exactly. We can cook this later.
So who's carrying it, Doug?
No, not Doug.
Always, Doug.
There's 11 minions out and about. That would probably be fine carrying it. If I get blood and bird stuff all over my cloak, it won't be as shadowy.
All right, so he kind of encourages you to move on, of course, as you continue through the jungle here. He feels pretty confident they're going the right way. Not really sure how. You looking the way the sun is moving across the sky. Obviously, you can kind of get a sense for a direction to go. So as you move on, you find an oxbow lake. And
What exactly is an oxbow lake?
It's like shaped like a horseshoe.
Gotcha.
yeah, so
Is that what
okay.
that means? Okay.
there's a river nearby. Maybe you crossed, and then you found the oxbow lake.
Oh, do I need to recast Lay of the Land again?
You could hear he's like, this might be a good place to stop for another few moments. This looks to be fresh water. We can fill our water skins. I think yes, this is good.
I believe in you. Oh, that's
No.
not a single success at all.
Nope.
Oh boy, we got a price of failure again.
Uh-oh.
This is so much fun. I love
Soil.
these.
Does that mean soil's triple poisoned?
No, I have to. I got to do another price of failure.
Cortex said you get a 16-piece bucket
Erupt
from the
says you,
cockatrice.
and I suffer 6 damage.
Oh no.
Whoa!
Ooh.
Magical energy erupts as you try to control it. So you're not blinded this time. You just take 6 damage. And as
Good thing we're resting, so
I
that way
know,
my
right?
toughness
Yeah,
goes
right.
right back up.
Does it? Because as you cast this spell and this and magical energy erupts from you, you don't quite notice this because you're too busy trying not to die from magic. You see a hail of arrows lands around you into the water and into the beach around you as you see from the jungle erupts
Haven.
4 Zangor,
Zangors?
Not Haven.
not Skaven.
Okay.
So, Tim will remember these from the starter set adventure. Where Zangor are like Zinch-aligned beastmen.
This group did the intro scenario, didn't they?
No, that was you, Danny, Chuck, and Sarah.
For some reason, I thought we played it twice, but
We could have. It's good. But yeah, here we've got. Ooh,
I'm actually a big fan of Zangors.
they're really cool.
They'll help you change
yeah,
your ways.
You are attacked while trying to refill your water skins. So unfortunately, you don't have a chance to rest
Regain my toughness.
after that happened. So our Zangor rush out from the jungle trees. Their initiative is 4, so they're gonna go right after Soil and Doug.
Doug.
You get to go first. So I'm gonna move you a little bit a ways on our foundry here. I did forget in the last combat that Heinz and the cog worker guys count as their initiative 4.
Oh, they're actually rather quick.
And they count as a swarm with 11 of them.
So are those all Zangors, or are they some screamers or whatever there as
Oh,
well?
so you do notice there are 4 Zangors and 2 swarms of 4 of these other creatures. Again, people can potentially make a test on their turn to see if they know what that is.
How do swarms work?
So they're just the creature, but with they have like more dice and more wounds depending on how big the swarm is. More toughness.
As you attack it, does it decrease the size of the swarm?
Yes.
They get weaker? Okay.
Kinda.
Okay.
I'm not sure how to apply that here.
I'm thinking we should have tried harder to put that fire out earlier.
Yeah, having a vehicle would be very nice right now.
For real.
So I think we'll use some arcane missiles.
All right, so what are you going to target?
Let's target one of the swarms. Specifically, the southernmost swarm.
All right. Go for it.
I am. Give me a moment.
I don't need to worry about toughness or
With
defense
focus
or anything.
That'll be 3 successes.
All right, so it takes 3 damage.
And then we're gonna use our metal to do it a second time.
To the same one?
Yes.
All right.
And that'll be just 1.
All right, so you blast at it.
I rolled
and-
3 1s on that.
Oof.
That could have
good thing
been
you
very
didn't quite
bad.
fail. So as you hit it with another bolt that used to kind of winks out as it goes and peers right in front of it, all of the creatures in the swarm fall to the ground, dead.
And then we're gonna step back behind Hella.
Everyone behind Helen. All right, so then it is Soil, or you can let the cogsmiths go first. It's up to you. They will defer to going after the two of you unless you want to wait to see what they do.
All right, so these we've got. All right, hang on. Let me just double check here what we got. So one of the swarms, which are these flying things, are done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then the 4 other ones are they riding something or are they just themselves?
No, so they're just themselves. They're running. They're like these. They're like blue-skinned beastmen with like bestial faces. We usually have beaks, and they have like backward jointed legs, and they have like starting of quills and feathers growing out of their arms and legs. And they're like humanoid size, a little bit bigger.
Okay. I think I might have figured out.
And they are wielding. They do have some armor.
I think I remember now how Doug got knocked prone, which makes me hesitant with some of these rolls that I'm doing on my spell. I have Arcane Wave.
Oh, that's right. It was you.
I blasted
That's
the zone
right.
and you did not succeed.
Yes.
We'll say they're like at the edge of your zone right now. The zone being like the shore of the lake here.
Okay, so we're still not there. That super close. All right, so let's go Arcane Bolt as well.
Into the other swarm or one of the Zangor.
Let's aim for one of the Zangor.
We'll say just the northernmost one.
Yep, we'll go for that one. So I'm just gonna roll and see how I do on a regular roll.
Pew pew.
I have 2 successes.
So 2 damage.
That's 2 damage. And I'll do the same thing. I'll roll again.
All right, so as you shoot your arcane bolt there, you see it hit them, but it just keeps running forward. It doesn't seem to affect it, as it has some armor.
Okay. If I use my metal, I can do a completely different action? Right, I don't have to use Arcane
you
Bolt
don't have
again?
to do the same action twice.
Okay, then I'll switch over from doing then Arcane Bolt after seeing it kind of just take the hit and go to Shield of Thorns.
Nice. Let's see if you can pass that.
And I failed.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Wait, even with focus?
no.
Because you have a focus, right?
I
Is
think
it 5s you need?
Is it 5s or 6s you need?
I need 2 5s.
Yeah, so with focus you have it.
Do
Yep.
It? Oh, okay, I do. Yep.
Oh, phew.
Woohoo!
Hey, there you
Yay.
go. Shield of Thorns. So everybody has
Man, Soil's
their
brain is just all out of sorts right now.
+1 armor, and all my guys take 1 damage if I attack you. Next up, we're going to have the Cogsmiths
Do you want
go.
to make a move before the end of your turn?
Yeah, I'll just take a few steps back after that, I guess.
And they're going to try to shoot one of these Zangor. They have average. They need 4s to shoot with their myriad of weapons. No successes at all. I rolled a bunch of 1s and 3s. No focus and ballistic skills, so they just totally whiff. So then the Zangors the Zangors don't go yet. They are initiative 4. All this stuff is initiative 4. Oh, shoot! Nux. The swarms were initiative 7. I don't know what I looked at there. They should have gone first, but that's
Too late, so sad.
Yeah, right.
so it's they fly up, and they start trying to take chunks out of Doug
But no.
Dog.
because you destroyed the other swarm. They should have both done this, but oops. And what's cool is they have a talent called Magical Prey, where I increase my melee 1 step when I target a spellcaster.
Oh gosh. Oh, my defense is currently great.
Is great. So I attack you with my talons. So how's your defense? Great.
Well, it's normally average, and then I'm shrouded, and the thorns affects everybody in the party.
Gives you
It
+1
grants
armor.
armor.
Oh, armor.
Yeah.
So it is not great.
So
I'm
your
sorry.
defense is good. Okay, so that makes my attack good since you're a spellcaster. So we'll see how we do here. What happens if I charge you? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna charge to increase my
thank you.
dice by 1, but I'll reduce my defense until my next turn. Help, keep me honest with that. Ooh, 1 success with 0 additional successes.
Oh.
So 1 damage, and it is penetrating, so I ignore 1 point of armor.
Oh,
which I
silly.
think is all you have.
Yes.
So you take 1. You lose 1 toughness.
And you take 1 point of damage.
Oh, you're right. Nuts.
Rassel Frassen.
We just traded 1 for 1. All right, then all the Zangor go. So the first Zangor is going to follow the Volcatrix lead and try to attack. Is going to run up and attack Doug.
But
It's also going to charge.
What did you do to them?
I don't know. They're walking by all of these other incredibly great-looking targets.
Ooh, when 2 or more Zangors occupy the same zone, their melee attacks deal +1 damage. So it's going to come up and try to snap at you with its beak.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to charge to gain a die.
Wait, these things have beaks?
Yeah.
Yes.
So they look like beastmen with beaks.
So they're like bird people.
Kinda, yeah. And they're blue. All right, so your defense is good, right?
Good.
Not terrible for me. All right, so we are going to do 4 damage to you with a Savage Blade.
Yucky.
But you do get to reduce that by armor, so
Oh,
you only lose 3 toughness.
They take a damage.
That one takes a damage. I'm glad you're remembering it, though. I'd hate to cheat you on a damage.
Every little bit counts.
And I mean that sincerely. The next one, instead of charging forward, is actually going to shoot a bow at Soil. And these guys don't have metal. You're lucky. Your defense is poor.
Yes.
And pachu! Oh, we got 2 successes, and it's damage +1, so 3 damage
I have 3 armor.
because of the thorns. Nice job. So I just take a damage back because we determined range didn't matter. The next one here is going to do the same thing.
I mean, if the ruling on that is supposed to be only physical attack, but like everything I'm seeing says it's any attack.
Yeah, if it doesn't say it doesn't say like close attacks, does it?
I'll do a little bit deeper dive into it and see what I can find out for you and get back to you.
Oh, well, I'm shooting you again. This time I got 5 damage.
Okay, so I take 2.
Really good roll there, and I'll apply a damage for now.
So
the swarm definitely takes one. These 2.
So I am out of toughness again.
Uh-oh.
Do your runes
Good thing you're so
activate?
rich.
Yes.
Right?
Unfortunately, the last Zangor is then going to run up and charge you,
Fucking
Soil.
Christ.
I'm going to charge, so
Just
I
in
gain
time.
a bonus die for that, but its defense is reduced 1 against your poor defense. I'm going to get 5 damage total again. So luckily with your boosted armor, you only take 2 damage, right?
I already have 2 wounds on me, though.
So you take another moderate wound.
Severe.
Because it's 2, it's not 5 or
Serious
more.
wounds.
Serious wounds, so you fill 2 spaces on the wound track.
So I have all 4 of my damage.
Oh,
my wound now.
no. So we are going to take a look at what exactly happens there. I think you start testing on the start of your turn. So you're mortally wounded. If you suffer a wound and not have enough spaces remaining on the wound track, you become mortally wounded. So you're not there yet, actually.
So I'm just very, very hurt.
On the brink.
Yeah, so it says when there are no spaces left to note wounds on your wound track.
Why do you hate Soil?
All right, so you are currently wounded. You are
What did
currently
she
mortally
do?
wounded.
God damn.
Recovering
There's nothing we can
toughness.
do to help. Like, we can't.
So you can, Soil can get toughness back, still, right? You're at 0 toughness.
I
You
can
heal
get toughness. Yeah, that's not the problem.
So let's see. Whenever you start your turn mortally wounded, you must take a death test. So so you are currently mortally wounded
I am
Death
with
because
4?
your wound track is full,
Okay.
right? So we won't have to roll for this until your start of your turn.
I thought it was when he was damaged and his wound tracker was full. This just filled it up, but didn't put him past that,
So
right?
it says when there are no spaces left to
Oh.
note wounds on your wound track, you are mortally wounded.
Gotcha.
So in this case, it just it filled them. It also says that if you take more wounds, then, like if it would overfill it, you're mortally wounded. So you gain the stun condition because you're mortally wounded, and you cannot recover toughness while mortally wounded. So what I just said a minute ago doesn't apply. You need to make some death tests.
Lovely.
Whew, so that's the end of Initiative 4. So Initiative 3 is
What do I have to do?
Daria.
So honestly, probably what we'll be doing is using a soul fire to cheat death. You or an ally recover from being mortally wounded, regain half your toughness, but keep all wounds.
Well, all right.
So the death test isn't that bad yet. We'll get to that
Yes.
back at the start around initiative 4. Daria, there's a whole bunch of things attacking.
So how do I roll on the foundry thing?
So if you go to for an attack,
Yeah.
if you go to combat and then you click on the name of if you click on cutlass, it'll bring up.
Click on the weapon, and then that'll bring up everything.
So first up, do you want to attack the swarm or a Zangor?
Wait a minute.
Let's attack the swarm.
Okay.
If I do this relentless assault, while melee increases 1 step, right? Is that how that works?
That's as long as you have 2 weapons in your hands, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So these things aren't bigger than you, so you won't get that other talent. But
So, where do I put that in, or is it just already?
It's a good
Considered.
question.
Let's see. Relentless assault. Melee increases 1 step. I think because if you go to gear, you have both the cutlasses equipped.
Mm-hmm.
It should be
automatically
included.
Oh yeah, attacker rating. Great. Would that be? Okay, so then.
So you want to attack the swarm. So then you set opponent, where it says opponent, you're going to set their defense to average.
And is that with the negative from them charging or doing whatever thing they did?
Yeah, I charged, so actually their defense goes down. This one charged? Yeah. Set their defense 1 lower than that to poor.
Poor.
That's going to be real good. You're going to be...
Just
You should take this out.
Okay.
so just putting it out there and everything, according to this and everything, anybody else can take an action to make a 4-2 mind medicine test in order to essentially help me out. But according to this, Dan, it says mortally wounded. If you suffer a wound and do not have enough spaces remaining on the wound tract, is when you become mortally wounded.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it's a little unclear because in the rule book, the page right before that, where it goes like characters can suffer 3 types of wound.
Yeah.
Then it says when there are no spaces left to note wounds on your wound track, you are mortally wounded. You know what I mean? So like it's a little unclear. Do I have to hit you 1 more time?
I would figure that it would work just like toughness and
When there are
wounds.
no more
where
spaces on your
you don't take a wound until you take damage that would go to your toughness that you can't take.
I mean, I see where you're reading that. And like I said, it goes down here. If you suffer a wound and do not have enough spaces remaining on the wound tract, you become mortally wounded.
Okay, so
I feel like that means, like, at this point, I am literally death's door. If I take any more damage, that's when I'm completely out of it, because if I become mortally wounded, stunned, can't recover toughness, take further damage, incapacitated, take damage again, I'm dead. So I have 3 chances when I'm at this point right now.
right.
So the way I'm reading this and everything else, I get what you're saying up here, but I feel like I'm not technically mortally wounded. I'm just very wounded right now, and I'm about to be if you hit me anymore. I'm about to become mortally wounded to potential death.
Yeah, it's a little unclear, but I'm okay with saying you're just dead. You have a deadly wound right now. You're not mortally wounded.
I'm just beat the fuck up.
Yeah, it's a little confusing. I feel like the other paragraphs kind of says that way. Like if there are no spaces left, you have no spaces left.
I see that
You are
right here
mortally
when you are mortally wounded. But then it turns right around. So if you suffer a wound and do not have enough spaces remaining, though, that's where it's just like it counteracts itself.
Yeah, because you did suffer wounds and have no spaces remaining.
Yeah.
Right, you suffered and have filled in the last 2.
Yeah, and I have nothing left on my wound track.
Right.
But I didn't take any further damage past that point, right?
Right, but you suffered a wound that got them full. I think that makes you mortally wounded as well.
What does chat think?
I was gonna say, does chat have any ideas to help us out here?
Yeah, Cord is normally really good with these types of rules.
Is Emma here
Cord's there.
today, or Padrig were here last time helping us out a little bit?
Yeah, this is weird because, like I said, I get what you're saying because it's right up there, and then like right next to it, it says.
Yeah, you just googling the question because that might.
Yeah.
And what do I need to?
Because you got this, and then it goes right to that.
So while we're looking this up, Daria. So this is a case where it's a pretty good chance to
What do I need?
use
I
your
need-
two weapons.
What's my target? I'm just trying to decide if I want to double my training or double my focus.
It is technically.
Or save
Or
it for,
save it.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you
I'ma
need to
save it.
split the
Yep.
dice,
Yeah.
right? You know that you're gonna be rolling. You need low numbers here, which is nice.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna roll. and we'll
more
see what
rolls probably
happens.
better. So how many dice do you have total?
I don't know. I just rolled.
Oh, you rolled on Foundry?
Yeah.
All right. So nice. Damage 5 total. So
Yo, all
that
right.
definitely kills it. It had 3 left. So that swarm is gone.
Gone. And
not-
I'm gonna go again. And I'm gonna attack the. What's it?
Zangor?
The Zangor.
The other one that's right next to Doug, or
Yeah, the
gonna
one
step
that's
up
right
to that one?
next to Doug.
All right. So this one charged, so its defense is reduced to poor also. Starts at average.
Okay, so poor. Roll. I got 5 damage on that one too.
Hell yeah.
Wow. Okay. They do have some armor, you notice. So you see all that damage doesn't go through, but it's still pretty significant. It hurts.
It will be significant.
Nice. Yeah, you needed 2s there. That's crazy good. All right, and that was you used your metal.
Yep.
Awesome. So then we're on to initiative 2. So Hella. Well, initiative 1. There's nobody initiative 2 in this fight. That's really good because the
sad.
the swarms would have had another chance to attack before everybody else with their initiative 7. So let's mess that up a little bit. They should have had 2 charges in, but that's okay, Dad. Thanks, Tiz. He said I'm always right.
Tisdale's a known liar, though.
I don't think that's true.
It's not, but
I'm gonna swing a hammer at things because that's what I do. So whatever is closest to us, to me, I guess.
you're kind of sandwiched in between 2 of them.
I was gonna say I'm gonna go for the one below me, whatever that means in the image.
Okay, thank you. That's important for me to keep track of who's taken what damage, since these guys clearly have more than 1 toughness.
What
this
do
one-
I need first?
This one also
Sorry.
charged, so its defense is poor. What's your melee? You're not at 0 toughness right now, so I think your melee is good. So that's 2 steps above, so you need 2s or more for successes.
Yeah, I'm at good. I need 2s or higher. I
Yeah.
have 3 successes then.
So again, 5 damage.
Dope.
So you get hit this with a nice blow, and it staggers a bit, but does not go down. So top of the, you still have metal and stuff.
Oh
you
wait,
can
I have
spend.
metal, so I can go again. So let's hit it again.
Yeah.
I dropped a dice. Hang on. 3 successes again.
So another 5.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So this one is on death's door. It's not dead yet, but it's in really rough shape. Oh, I forgot to add to my damage for anarchy and mayhem.
Oh.
It didn't matter against soil. Luckily,
Luckily.
I think Doug should take 1 more damage, but I'm not going to force you to do that now. All right. So that's it for Hella then. So the top of the next round, initiative 4. The characters go before enemies. So real quick. Looking at, this isn't official, but looking at some conversations on Reddit, people are saying that it's possible to receive a wound when the wound track is full but not exceeded. And it is this next wound that causes a character to become mortally wounded.
So you're not mortally wounded.
But this wouldn't be recorded on the wound track because there's no space remaining.
So you're good.
You're currently fine.
You're almost dead, but
I'm literally about
No
to die.
death test yet.
Just drink some
no
money.
death
You're fine.
test. Yeah, just drink. Drink to
I don't
your
think
health.
that's how that works, unfortunately.
Soil.
Because he's not mortally wounded, so now he can actually restore toughness. Because that's the big
Oh.
Not just making the death test, but you would be unable to heal if you're mortally wounded. But if you're not mortally wounded, then you can just have a little sip.
What's this other token? You have another thing on your... Oh, is that that's the spell?
Yeah, that's come off at this point.
All right, I was hoping that if you're at 0, if your wounds are full, that Foundry might, like, have a thing up that says you're mortally wounded. Because that would tell us, because the Foundry module is official. But I don't see that listed. Okay, so you're gonna
Let
have
me
to
just
get...
try. I'm just curious. I just want to try something and everything else. What happens if I just were to take a minor wound? Where would it say that? I'll just put that on there. So I'm at 5 of 4.
Oh, that's a good point.
So
See if something pops up.
I don't see anything.
Yeah, me neither.
Go to effects. Yeah, no.
Just a little companion. Okay, well, other people on Reddit are saying that you're not mortally wounded yet. You have a full mortal wound track. I am not gonna roll in, totally against you guys right now.
I think that makes sense because it follows the same mechanic as toughness and regular wounds. I don't know why they would change that. You know what I mean? It's the same grading scale.
And so the person says, once you max out your wounds, the only thing that matters is what type of wound got you there. So you can start You can start the mortally wounded process. All right, let's say you're not mortally wounded yet. Your wound track is full, and you're at you last suffered a serious wound, but you are like still kicking. So you're not stunned. You could still recover toughness right now.
Okay.
So again, you're not dead yet.
Okay. Is it your turn?
It's either one of us that wants to go.
Uh,
You want me to go?
yeah, go for it.
Okay. So we'll stab the one that's to the north of Hella.
Okay. One that's been hitting you.
Mm-hmm. He's a big jerkwad.
He is aware of you though, so no backstab.
Correct. And he is poor, right?
Yeah, because charge says
It's until his next turn, I would assume.
until his next turn. I did say that you guys go before them even at the same initiative, so yeah, his defense is poor. So you should do some significant work here.
Yeah, we'll just all aces.
Nice.
Just almost Yahtzee there. 3
Yeah.
6s and 2 5s.
Casual 5.
Dang. All right, so it had 2 armor and 3 toughness left. It's just enough to take it to 0.
Yay.
So how do you kill this
Adios.
Zangor?
Oh, I stab him in his stupid beak hole. Not like the mouth part, but like where the nose would be.
Ow.
+1 dead I gave him.
Nice.
That's what did.
And then we'll try to attempt to do the same thing to the other one.
Upside down. All right, so let's say one wasn't right next to you, but you can use your move to get in close range and then try to stab him.
I don't want to do that
Stab at the...
in case I miss. So I'll throw it at him.
Throw a dagger. Cool. This one was also poor defense. Don't forget to change that.
Four successes.
4 successes.
Oh, actually, with focus it'd be 5
Yep.
because I just need 2s.
Yep. Nice.
You don't have focus and ballistic skill.
Oh, that's right. So yep, just 4.
All right. Again,
Plus 1 more, making it look cool.
was just enough.
Really?
It had 2 armor and 2 toughness left.
Nice.
Wow.
And then I will move behind.
Plus dead.
No, we'll stay here. Yeah, we'll just move back 1.
All right. So then the cogsmiths are going to try to shoot one of the other Zangor that are staying back. Whoa! I just rolled 3 5s and a 6.
Hell yeah!
Looks
let me
good for us.
go back to their sheet here. So they have
Wait, you didn't want Soil to go first?
40.
It's okay. Go for it. I'm still. Let's just say I'm still just like.
Oh, I thought Soil went for some reason. So they got 6 damage. 4 successes plus 2 damage. Wow. Okay. What'd I say? 6? So they take 4. Yeah, math. There we go. Cool. They don't have metal, so they can't go again or anything. So now it's soil. For some reason, I thought you went already.
All right, so we have one of the swarms here, and then we have another one of the...
Nope, those are both dead.
Those two are dead right next to us.
Yeah, they got a little skull, and I flipped them upside down, so you.
Oh, I see what you're talking about now.
So you can
Okay.
see they're dead.
All right, so it's just those two that are in the back. Is one of them's like really hurt? Like, do I see like if they're like really slowing down or really hurt?
The northern one just got shot by the other people, so it's much more hurt than the other.
All right, so first things first, I'm going to take another swig of Aquagranus, do another 10 so I can get my toughness back up to snuff. So my drops are down to 290.
Okay.
Get my 8 toughness back, so that way I'm good there. And I'm going... I'm going to cast Mystic Shield on myself.
I like that going all defensive because they're really. They clearly have targets here.
Yeah, and because Granus is a turn, right? So metals to use, metal to use. So I'm using metal to use the Mystic Shield, right?
Yes.
Okay. So all right, I'm just gonna roll.
And went. Bleh.
All right, we should be
Technology.
back up.
We back?
I believe so.
Guess who's back?
Shout if you can hear us.
Back again.
All right, so
I
quick
hear you.
recap there. I'm not sure exactly where it cut off with what Mike was saying. That you now have Mystic Shield on you instead, and the thorns went away.
Thorns is gone. Was able to successfully cast for 2 successes Mystic Shield. So for 2 turns, I have average defense, and took another shot of Aquagranus to get my toughness back up to max.
Very cool.
Sweet.
All right. So now it is the Zangor's turn. First one. These guys were staying back shooting bows, so it's gonna shoot a bow at Doug. What was Doug's
Poor Doug.
defense now? You said.
Poor dog.
They're targeting him.
I don't have Foundry up anymore,
I have you targeted, so it should
so I don't know.
work that way. Oh, it says it's good. I thought it would change that, but okay. Let's Pachoo! I got 3 successes,
No.
or 3 damage total, minus your
Armor?
Armor, of course.
You'll have to apply it. Not in Foundry.
Just trying to remember how targeting works here. Okay. Oh, I got to apply, you said. All right, so we go... You take 1, right? Or soak 1?
Yep.
So you take 2 damage. And then I'm going to shoot you with the other one. Or no, I'm going to shoot Soil with the other one. Because they seem to have some kind of mission. So Soil, your defense is average now, you said?
Yes.
All right, good. They did apply it that time. 3 damage total.
2 armor, so
You take
1 damage.
Okay. So definitely not the worst case scenario for you guys. You took 1 and 2 damage. That's it for them. So it is to Daria. So these two seem to be staying back and peppering with arrows. Doug's a little hurt. He's down to 2 toughness, but you haven't suffered any wounds yet, so you're not too bad a shape.
Let's... All right, let's move towards... So we have a swarm left and
Just two Zangors.
Just 2
over to the
Zangors.
side there.
All right, I'm gonna move towards the one on top,
That one is more injured,
and
so that's your move to get over there.
we will do the same thing. Try to cutlass.
Attack it twice.
Let's see. Are their defense poor? Or
No,
are they
these have been hanging back.
So
Their
they're good.
defense
average?
is average.
Okay.
I keep thinking average is above good, and I don't know why.
Whoa.
Whoa! How about all successes?
Let's
Wow.
go.
Dang, damage 6. Yeah. How do you describe how do you get this one dead now?
Yeah, so I just kind
Whoa.
of like go up really stealthily, and I've got my 2 blades, and then I just with its head.
Oh, nice. Anakin versus Dooku style. And off goes its head. Yikes. All right, did you want to use your metal for anything
I do.
here?
We're gonna. Am I within range of the other one? Or
Would you have moved to be within range of both of them, do you feel like?
I think so.
I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
So you can
just
attack that
do the
one.
Same thing. See what happens.
Again, defense average.
All right.
Whoa.
Yeah, 5 damage.
How about just
All right,
4 out
hell
of
yeah.
5 dice? All right, so 5 damage. This one takes 3. So this one's not dead yet. This one wasn't quite as hurt before because it didn't get shot. But yeah, it's in bad shape. And it's Hella's turn. We could probably just move over there and take it down.
Give it the
Let's
old
go,
murder
Hella.
kill.
Give
I
it
like
the
it.
old
I'm
1,
assuming
2.
that's what you're gonna do. 1, 2.
You know, it's
dead.
all I've done the whole game. Just hit things with a hammer.
That's your job, right? That's why they
That
brought
is
you
my
along.
job. That's what I do. What do I need as a success?
Defense average, so you need 3s because you are 1 step higher.
Okay, so I have 3 successes.
Nice.
So 5 damage.
Nice.
Not quite enough.
Oh, but I can go again. I can use my metal.
Mm.
1 more attack
Right.
should do it. If you do 3
Did it
damage, if you get
again.
1 success, it's down.
I have 3 successes.
Nice.
Yeah, it's way more than you needed.
Destroys it. Just bonk.
Oops, I hit stun. Whatever, it's dead. All right, so you got them all. Whew. So everybody here can quick make a mind. What would be appropriate here? Mind theology or mind guile test.
Okay.
Oh,
We'll just make it a 5-1 for everybody.
Definitely guile.
Fail.
I have 2 successes,
Failed.
so I passed.
I passed with 1.
All right, so both Doug and Daria recognize these. The Zangors, like you were saying before, they are like they're like specialized beastmen of Tzeentch, and what with them were called Volktrixes.
So we're gonna take some more stuff.
And you know that Volcharks are like little demon-y things that hate anything else that casts spells. They like seek them out. So
why
it
they
looked
don't
like
like
the
Doug.
Zangors were kind of
So
doing
weird.
the
That's
same
the only
thing.
reason. Doug's super likable otherwise.
Right, they were very much targeting the spellcasters, trying to take you out. But you survive. Wasn't as soil got pretty close there, but you are able to make it through, and you can take a breather if you want. Heinz really wants to move on out of here quickly because where there's Zangors, there's usually more. But yeah, if you want to just take a breather
Absolutely.
to get your toughness back and take a drink out of your water skins and then refill them before moving on.
1,000%.
Are we able to take like an actual rest?
He doesn't want to yet. Says, you notice the sky beginning to darken above, yet it is not so late in the day. As you are pressing on, the clouds have grown thick and black, blotting out most of Hish's light, but do not appear to threaten rain. A sharp smell begins to carry on the wind, crawling into your senses. Something acrid and industrial. Strange, you think, for this part of the realm. Then you realize the calls of the wild have gone quiet. Captain Hines recognizes this too and leads everyone forward. He parts the brush and leads you into a nearby embankment. Before you is a vast swampland, dotted with thickets and stretches of rotting forest. The waters bubble and are streaked with sickly rainbow wash of chemicals. Hines welcomes everyone to the Ghoulmare and hangs his head at the sight. So you've gotten through the jungle. You found the Ghoulmare proper. Swampland stretching as far as you can see. And we'll see what horrors lie in there on your way to Greywater Fastness. Will they all survive the trip? So thank everybody so much for joining. If you're watching later on YouTube, thank you so much again. Make sure to check out professionalcasual.com for all the stuff we do. Make sure to like and comment and subscribe and all that. And say thanks to Tim, Mike, Rachel, and Jess for going through this and putting up with me, Dan, your bad GM. But we appreciate everybody that watches and listens and suggests. If you have notes about rules, please let us know, because we love to improve.
Especially that mortally wounded one.
Yeah.
If anybody has anything definite about that mortal wounded thing, I'm sure that will come up again, because Soulbound loves combat, and we'll run into that same issue. So thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Welcome to the jungle.
Goodbye to the jungle.
Right?
It was not fun and games.
Weird comment to
It's
end
not
on.
funny.
What was it?
I know you're big now, but give your mom and dad a call just to hear their voices. Go do it now and PayPal me for reminding you. This is my job.
What does that even mean?
All right. Thanks, Jillaquid.
Okay.